I was gonna say that spaceship looks like a penis, though.
Well,
Like,
and we're live. We're
like
alive.
if you're gonna make a
Hannah.
spaceship, at least not make it look like a penis.
Hi, everyone.
I assume it was intentional.
I think
hope
it was
it's
intentional.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Bards of New York, episode 21. We are all, our little stream here is old enough to drink now. We're going to go out and have a 21 birthday. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. Thank you so much for bearing with us. We had some technical difficulties of getting some of the stream set up. We just had to reset a couple things. Thank you for bearing with us. And also for taking a week off last week. This summer has been very busy and very eventful for all of us. And it's difficult enough to just get together and play D&D, and then also to put it on stream and all that makes it another layer. So we're glad that we can get back together and continue the story with everybody. So as always, without further ado, let's get into our announcements. Number one, for anybody who's here and hasn't joined yet, or is listening and hasn't joined yet, please join our Discord. You can find the links on our Twitch channel, just right down there. It's free. It's a fun chat. We just talk about nerdy things and D&D and just chat with each other most of the time.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson right now is the
Playing
topic
Hamlet.
of discussion.
Friend of the show.
Owen Wilson, friend of the show. Yeah, so there's that. Quick thing. We do have our one-shot Sundays coming up. This first one, we are actually going to do in place of a stream next week because Will is going to be gone next week. He's shooting a film.
Because he's fancy.
Because he's a fancy boy. Like, and he is going to be shooting a film up in Maine. I feel like not having Kallias here for a Kallias like themed arc would be a disservice to his character. So we are going to do our one shot next Thursday. Actually, it is going to be Honey Heist, GM'd, I guess. It's not really a dungeon. GM'd by our one, and I guess
maybe it's BM'd.
Ooh.
For Bearmaster.
Bearmaster. I feel like that's a different thing at a different bar.
It's a number of different things, and I think we should maybe refrain from using that in this context.
Oh, we can use it a little bit.
No.
Who doesn't love a good bear? But Dan will be our Bearmaster for that one, and that'll be next Thursday. Too late. I already said it. It's done.
Been done. It's been done.
I'm calling it Bearmaster. Other than that, is there any other announcements I'm missing, guys?
I mean,
Nemi just redeemed a mote of inspiration to
Ember.
start us off.
All right,
so wizard.
I don't have to weave it into the narrative, but it looks like Ember.
That's for Bearmaster.
You're gonna have a little bit of a little extra zhuzh starting off this. So
that's an extra D6.
That's an extra D6 to use whenever, except if you're healing.
Oh, what?
You can't use it to heal. Like if you're like rolling any like healing stuff. No.
I didn't know that.
What's that? We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Hey, we've got gummies.
You know that.
Okay. We're doing great.
But thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. I saw Robert the Bear. You're here. It's good to have you, Nemi. Thank you so much for those subscriptions. It's amazing. You are a wonderful friend, a wonderful person. We love having you here. Everybody else, Vindictive Jukebox, I saw you out there. Everybody else, love you all. And yes, we do know that Ryujin doesn't have a black backdrop. That was part of the technical difficulties, and we're just rolling with it today.
Rolling with the.
He doesn't need one.
Yeah,
we see Drew's beautiful face. That's all we need.
Ryujin's backdrop is the ludicrous amount of probability.
The background when this beautiful man's in the foreground.
By the way, you're already working on a Bearmaster T-shirt. Holy fuck! I'm done for.
All right. Okay.
I'm cooked.
I'm ready to be served.
Are we do our angel card and our question?
Yeah, let's get on to our angel card and our question, everybody. That's not my angel cards. I'm gonna draw the one today because I want to. I feel like I want to. So I'm gonna draw.
Fuck you, Miss Nance.
Ooh,
I'm doing this
here
one.
we go.
Okay, it's a good one today.
Oh, look at this one.
It says Kallias.
Creativity.
Oh.
Look at this one. It says absolute murder.
It says total party kill. Weird.
It says TP.
They all die in a lava pit. Oh,
Oh.
cute.
Yeah.
Creativity. Okay.
So creativity, y'all. We're just gonna be vibing with each other and playing some D&D, being creative. Guess it fits.
Indeed.
The question we're doing has been submitted by our one and only Hannah, aka Lilith. And Hannah's question was, does your character see the mug as half empty or half full? And what's in that mug? So let's start with Ember. You're first.
Half empty. And wine.
Oh, like a specific wine?
Like an aged red, nice amount of oak overtones, but has that fruity little kick that you're not expecting.
Okay, that's hot. I like it. Let's go with Dan.
Okay. Half empty. Yeah. That's what I was a little confused with the differences, but I'll figure it out. Okay. He's half empty and prune juice.
Oh God.
Oh, do you have like a UTI or something?
Everywhere?
What the fuck?
That's not for UTIs. That's for fucking dumping your brains out.
Oh, it's cranberry juice for
You're
UTI.
thinking cranberry juice.
Whoopsies.
Does Leonidas a little plugged up? I'm confused.
Hey,
CGI won't
you
go
know
away
who's
with
a little
man.
plugged up, and you know what? That might be a part of next week's one shot. Get ready.
Oh, what the fuck?
Plugged up bears?
Should we have done this honey heist for Pride Month with Bearmaster?
Oh, jeez. That's
Okay.
next year. All right, Lilith.
Lilith's mug is half empty, but she wishes she's viewed it half full. And her mug is full of a florally gin.
Okay. Okay, just straight fucking gin. Love it. Ryujin.
That's Hendrix.
Ryujin's a realist. So if he pours the drink in halfway, it's half full. If he drinks it halfway, it's half empty.
Nice.
That's probably the best fucking answer
I
to
was gonna
that.
say.
Yeah, wow. Drew's spitting some knowledge.
And
Drink to that.
in the cup, Sprite.
Specifically that good McDonald's Sprite that makes you feel things.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
electric
good Sprite.
Yeah.
And finally,
Guys are nasty.
Kallias.
Kallias sees the mug as half full if they're sharing it with a friend or if a friend's drinking from it. If they are drinking from it, it's half empty. And previously it would have been water with lime juice, but I think now it's probably whatever cheap red wine we've got.
All right.
Is
Okay.
Kallias just going through college right now?
Well, do you remember when I rolled on the Wild Magic table and was aged like 5 years? 5 elf years?
Oh,
Oh my god, I remember that.
So yes.
Freshman looks like a senior.
Going through college.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well then, to all my friends and all my friends watching and listening at home, cheers. And let's get started on episode 21 of
Prost.
Bards of New York. Okay.
We
So-
do have a new emote. It's a Kallias emote. I forgot to mention that.
Yes, it is. It's a little snack.
First tier subscribers can use it. It's the cutest snack, just like our Kallias.
Snake.
Just like our Kallias.
Nice.
All right, so as we return to the world of Cordia, and as the camera pans down, we recall that the Krew had made their way to the summit of this caldera on the island of Fedicilas, specifically the caldera of Olakkos, that houses the temple to the serpentine god that Kallias and the village that Kallias comes from worships. Making your way up, you ran into some unlikely allies. The first being a figure from Kallias's past, CoolWhip, or Cole.
CoolWhip.
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 being Eris's younger brother, a ranger of the village in Vimata, and also a monster hunter, a member of the cult of the Wild Hunt, a half-orc individual named Baron Leopold Rittenhask. And you all teamed up to face off against the pale beast known as Ashtooth, who had been injured in a past encounter with Kallias, having its eyes and one of its limbs turned to stone. After a few close calls, you had defeated the Ashtooth, the pale beast. And upon the reigning steps of the Isle of Olakkos, we begin today's episode. As the rain falls and it hits the burning brazier, steam coming up, and the final breath escapes from Ashtooth. You are all standing there, alive, banged up. What's next?
Is everyone okay?
I am fine, barely, but I'm fine.
Oh.
Sound off.
I remember I said it last time, but I'll do it now. Ember runs up to Lilith and uses his gift of recall to revert her back to before getting got.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So add those hit points back, Hannah. I don't remember exactly. Do you remember exactly where they were?
We'll have to listen to the...
I was at full.
Okay, so you're back up to full.
Well, now I'm at 33
Oh, okay.
instead of my new 40 hit points.
Oh, yes. You guys hear, oh
Oh my god.
I'm good.
This guy.
Good God, that was. And like you look at Leopold, and he has just a massive hole in the leather armor from where the stinger stung him, and it's been healed up since from the magic of the statues. Kind of looks around and says, "Is everybody else okay? It was rather a dubious fight, if I do say so."
Where is Cole?
Coming out from behind one of the plinths with one of the statues on it. I'm right here.
Good.
Kallias, are you alright?
Yes. Yes, I am. Would you help me with some of the remains?
Yes. Of course.
Are we taking a siesta?
I would like to. I am not doing well. At all.
It is not hard to see what would approach us. There is only one entrance, and it seems we have dealt with the major threat here. So if we need to take a breather while we strip this of its trophies.
Kallias, if we were to go inside...
No.
No? Okay. Good to know. Sleeping. What time is it? Timekeeper?
As of now, it's getting, I would say it's hard because it's so overcast.
Right.
But I would say, kind of gauging it, you're getting close to evening.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There's still light in the sky, but you kind of get a sense that it may be a little earlier than you think, but the overcast makes it seem a lot darker than it is.
Because
we just sleep and then come here and fight the thing?
I was about to say, we just took a fat long rest.
Shoot, I'm sorry then. I'm getting my days mixed up.
Yeah, this is like...
It's been a week, 2 weeks since we played.
Yeah.
Then yeah, let's say it's midday. I like that better.
Okay.
So, but it is, the
It's
light is
still
pretty
raining.
low because of the heavy storm coming in. Or that's been here for days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather we did not. It is going to be easier for us, I think, if we are not stopping once we are inside. Because though I've been able to guide you somewhat through this isle, I do not know this temple as well as I would like to say I do. We will need our full awareness about us and a certain swiftness and directness of purpose once we are inside. There is only so much we can do to save ourselves if its gaze falls upon us for too long. So maybe resting out here, if we need it, would be best.
I could benefit from at least a short rest. Or, I don't know what that means. Some sort of rest that's small.
Indeed.
What
Well,
is any...
Looking at the size of this beast, I believe to collect the trophies from it would take quite a bit of time. So, setting up camp, I believe, is a good idea, and I believe we should do it as the leader of this group.
You are not the leader.
I was just testing it out. Sorry.
What
You
was
failed.
your name?
You failed your test.
I am Baron Leopold Rittenhask of the Rittenhask family.
Ripping
of
ass.
Nesselton.
Is your last name Ripping ass?
Ripping ass.
No, Rittenhask.
Ripping
Your
ass.
Baron.
No, I'm not Baron. I'm a Baron.
Yes.
But what does that mean, Baron?
He can't have children.
No. I'm perfectly virile.
Like-
Do you have proof of that?
No.
Oh.
Well, then we can't trust you.
What? So it is not like an empty field? What does the word mean?
No, it's a title one holds as a you are a what is do any of you have titles?
I hold out my ring that has the signet of a barony. I say, I myself am a baron. I was merely joking with you, pulling your leg,
No,
as it were.
of course. Well, there are times where us upper crust must blend in with the lower folk, of course.
Do I believe Ember?
You very much don't. I've told I had like remember like one of the first games
was the
I
three of you were, like,
lied
in a
about being
restaurant.
I didn't know if this was like a long con, like, well, I'm pretending to be a baron, but I'm not, but maybe I am.
No, okay. Well, there
Could have been a long con.
I'll say like you don't even have to roll for it. You see that he is lying, but he's lying to rip an ass.
Okay.
You did that to yourself, Woody.
I did not.
It was me.
You realize
Rittenhask.
but
Ripping ass.
Ripping ass.
I definitely ruined it. I definitely said ripping ass. Right after you-
collectively we all did. But
It is the plight of a DM, and it's fine. I love
Yep.
it. As much as I'm seem annoyed, I love it.
These are my children, CoolWhip and Ripping Ass.
Yes.
Cool whipping ass.
well,
That's their couple name.
Yeah.
Does anyone want any claim to any trophies here? I am going to hold firm and say that Cole must have some to return with to our village. They should know of this. And there are a couple pieces that I would like to take, but beyond that, is there anything that anyone would like?
Well, for myself, I would need something of great import to the beast. A brain, a heart, kidney, liver, stomach even would do.
I'm gonna turn to Cole and in Sylvan say, Does Nasathavin have what you know?
I'm sorry, Kallias. What?
I just think this Baron wants something quite important, and I think there is something potentially large and important we could give.
That is quite funny. Yes. Cole kind of like you kind of this hushed conversation kind of looks at him and says, Leopold, does a member satisfied? And Leopold kind of just like has been kind of like leaning up against the big, massive dead body of it and like kind of checking it out. Kind of goes, "Oh, well, I didn't think of it, but rather didn't know the exact sex of this big beast, but I think that would be quite important. Ooh." Obviously, like, taken back, that's like offered to take this big fucking lizard's weenie.
Great.
Well, and pulling out his knife, I'll get started with.
No. We can do that for you. You seem to maybe need your rest after.
No offense, but it is part of my my journey to also cut and skin my kill.
Is it part of your journey to have a hole in your chest?
No, but it is a battle scar that I wear proudly now, because I have seen the other side.
It is also our kill.
Yes, our kill, which reminds me.
And he like reaches into his bag. This kind of like this small leather pouch that is on his hip. And you look at it, and it's this like very dark, smooth leather, and pulls out a handful of these little black items. And as he goes to each of you and hands you one, each one of you, including Cole, they are these little jet black scales. And on it looks like there's 3 claw marks that have been etched into them. Not super neat or pretty, but almost utilitarian as like a symbol, like 3 kind of crescent claw marks.
Since you fine folk, helped me achieve this feat of defeating this beast together as a team, it is part of my duty and honor to extend invitations to join the Cult of the Wild Hunt. You can bring this to any one of our lodges, and from there you can begin the process of initiation, just like I had many years ago. So it is an open invitation. You just have to show them this scale from the first kill of the cult many years ago.
Are there people there that are like you?
Well,
Or are you one of a kind?
I like to think that I am one of a kind
Glad to hear it.
in both stature and performance.
Performance?
Physically, fighting, wrestling a bear. That was my first kill. Was wrestling a big hairy beast with my bare hands.
Yes, you told me.
Yes, you remember. Yes, good.
Why is this?
So are we going to
character
jerk off this giant dick or what?
Wow.
And he takes out his totem dagger that has the bear etched onto it, and starts to make very precise cuts to this large crocodile-esque creature.
I go sit and take a nap.
Are we just taking a short rest? Yeah.
Short rest?
Short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. As the hour continues, and Rittenhask is going to start making his cuts. Cole goes over and helps him for a bit, kind of pointing out things that Cole wants. Cole comes to you, Kallias. Kallias, I need to return back to the village and inform them of Ashtooth's demise.
You do not want to find.
I do. However, this is also my duty.
I know.
And I will return, and I want to ask you, why don't you come back to the village with me?
Now?
We can retrieve help and return here
No.
to descend into the temple with help.
Cole. Oh, Cole. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for surprising me with eyes and heart more open than I had expected of our people, given what I thought I had done. But I think you are of stronger stock than I am. I am not yet ready to face them. Even if you say all was simply worry and concern. I will return one day, perhaps sooner than I thought. But today I must accompany my friends. We have business in the temple. And what we need from there is important for all of us. The world beyond our small home here. And for all of us who live on these isles. So I will, this one time, Cole, I will not follow you home. But I will make the promise to you that the next time you meet, should you ask me to return, if Eris is with us, I will, one way or another.
Okay. I will inform them that I defeated Ashtooth on my own.
Yes, I think so. Guided by the blessings of Servidius, I think.
Roll me an insight check.
Yes, yeah, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
10? You look at him, and it's pretty easy to read. Disappointed you're not returning.
Oh.
But definitely, like, in a sense where it's like, I get it. Like, bummer. But I'm not going to force you to do any of this.
Can you give him a squeeze on the shoulder? Look him in the eye. I promise you, while we are down there, I will do everything in my power to find her. And either, when you return, you will have reunited with her, or on these steps you will find whatever explanation I can give.
Okay. I will return as soon as I inform. And if you need any help, reaches into his pouch. I don't know if it'll even reach, but hands you a small tube, and you know this as an emergency flare that your village creates. It's like a little basically a flower that is ground down and adds this like kind of magical elements, the druids of your village, and it just, you can shoot one flare up in the air as an emergency.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Take it. Thank you. If I need it, if we need it, I will not hesitate to use it.
All right.
I don't know when I will see you again, Cole. But I will.
Until we meet again, my friend.
May the Great Serpent guide your way.
Nods and goes to help Rittenhask continue to cut open the big lizard.
I'll do
Right.
the same after a little time.
Okay. Now that the short rest is coming to an end, anything else people want to do during the short rest?
Do we notice anything else beyond like scales and shit that was on this thing? Like, is there anything? Can I make it like?
Nothing of import on the person of it. Definitely, you like maybe there's stuff somewhere else. If it has a den somewhere, you would think, but you haven't cut open its stomach yet. If that's also what you're asking.
Nope.
I know of the things that I'm, if we're just table talking it a bit, because in terms of, Red Dead Redemption, like skinning the thing, I know that I would love to get like a sheet of scales enough to make some form of a cloak. Maybe upgrade my cloak with some scales.
That's
and then
cool as fuck.
I think I was going to think about teeth or barbs or whatever, but I think I'm taking one of its stone eyes.
Okay. Roll me. This is going to be a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I see.
So dexterity based to make the cuts, and you can make it with advantage since Rittenhask, who is very adept at skinning beasts,
a pro,
is helping you. So you will be helped.
That's an 18.
An 18, eh?
That's okay.
You are able to get good, there's a lot of hide to be had, and you get a very solid piece of hide that's not really cut up by any blows that you guys made on it or anything like that. It's a pretty solid piece of hide to make some cool alligator boots with. And as for the eye, those are actually very easy to get out because since they're stone, you're able to kind of pull it out. And as you kind of pull it out, there's actually a little stone as the nerves and the retinas? No.
Retinas.
Yeah, right?
It's the retina.
The retina coming out the back is also stone, so you just kind of break those little pieces off and you have the eyes.
Perfect. I'll only take one in case anybody else wants the other.
About softball sized.
Yeah. Yummy.
Mm-hmm. Do you want one?
Sure, I'll take an eye, but I also wanted to take some meat.
Okay.
Doesn't have any babies.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You
Understood.
definitely don't know that.
Oh, that's
True.
true. Ryujin still might have a chance.
Is a male alligator a bull? What's a male alligator called? Is it a bull?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a bull. So it's not necessarily, may not be a mother, but I don't know.
Anyway,
has a wee wee.
I just wanted to take some meat that we could eat later.
Okay. You get some nice juicy meat from the tail, I would say. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
The nice kind of whoosh. The tip of the tail is pretty stringy, but the bottom kind of base of the tail is very meaty and girthy, if you will.
I will.
Would you say it's juicy and thick?
Oh boy.
Yeah, the tail is juicy and
Okay.
Hurt my throat.
It sounded like it.
That hurt. All right. So, anything else anybody wants from the gator?
No, but
Big old gator.
after Ember takes his nap, I just want to go up to him. Thank you, Ember. I feel like you are becoming quite adept at whatever that is, and that back there was a close thing. So thank you.
Of course. It is a seemingly limited ability, but can clearly be used well. So I'm happy that I was able to help.
Cool. Great. All right, gang. Are we gonna go down here and get our shit rocked?
I think so.
Did we not already get our shit rocked right there?
Aye.
I suppose.
Shit rocked.
At the end of this rest, having harvested Ashtooth and said goodbye to Cole, I'm going to take my coat of kells, as I've affectionately been calling it. I'm going to turn it inside out 3 times until it is this, as I pull it back out from itself, it's this ragged, very pauper looking grey sleeved poncho. It's like almost a featureless, ragged grey rain slicker with that shoulder over cowl thing with sleeves. It's hard to describe. It was the height of like poor people's fashion in 16th century France.
Or Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's
my
the
God,
one. That's what I'm
Magic Jedi Fallen
describing.
Order.
Yeah, that like cowl, except this is like grey.
So
it's
the
grey,
coat of
shitty, and
cows now.
raggy.
Oh, Cal's cow. Oh my god.
Um,
Cal's cow.
Cole's
Cows.
cows, cow.
Kells, cows.
Kel's.
Cool.
Okay, enough.
Nope, that's it. Unplug.
My brain
But yeah.
brain couldn't even make it.
Attempt that. Yeah. But basically, it's just a very disheveled, lowly, but full covered look. We'll just get into that.
Only a
Throw it
percentage
over.
die.
A hoe.
Killing Cal's cowl.
There it is.
That would be a 19.
19. As you put it on, there's a little pocket on the side. You put your hand in it, pull it out. It's like a little wrapped candy
What?
in the pocket.
Okay.
It's a little wrapped
Fix
candy.
it. It's acid.
What does it look like? What does it smell like?
Roll me a perception check. Let's see how good the tasting notes of the candy.
Stop. I can't. I can only take so much. It's gonna be a 16.
Ooh, piece of cake.
16. It's like kind of this waxy paper. And as you unroll it and sniff it, it smells very spicy to the nose. Almost, I would say, with the 16, gingery.
As I grab a ginger chew from my bag, fuck yeah, popping that in my mouth.
Yeah, you pop it in. It's a ginger chew.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one right now.
Simply a ginger chew. Nothing
Yep,
more.
just a little ginger candy. All right.
Well, my compatriots, I will finish skinning this kill, and if there's any items that I will not use, I will leave them for you, or and looks over to Cole for our other compatriot, Cole. But this is where we do part. I hope to see you again soon. If you are ever in Kynance, I will be there.
You don't want to see what's inside.
Cal looks just down at the hole in his leather armor.
I've had my adventure, and I have completed my task, and I must return to my lodge to continue my initiation as a Venator.
In my tribe, we called those people scaredy lions.
Well, good thing I'm not a Leonin. I have a task to do, and I must do it.
Okay.
I mean,
Second
if
time
you-
today Leonidas has verbally body checked Written Ask.
Scaredy lion.
I mean, if you think that going back with one trophy is impressive, 2 might be
What trophy?
bit-
What second
bit more.
trophy do you mean?
light, if I may.
You know what, Ember? Roll me a persuasion check, and since Leonidas was also Scaredy Lion. Roll with advantage.
Yeah, that's right. I'm helping you with charisma stuff. That's right.
That's
Pam,
right.
pam, pam.
Helping
Wow.
you with charisma stuff.
Wow. The dice gods didn't want us to have an extra NPC because I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Wow.
So we're at a big old 7.
Let's see what
Wait,
counter
wait.
one.
My inspiration.
On
A
this?
5
Okay.
is a 12.
12. All right, let's see what I roll. You're fucking kidding me.
There's no way.
I rolled the 2.
Let's go!
Okay.
If this bumbling fuck kills my god, it's all over for you out.
No. It's about fodder.
It's about sending a message.
Fodder.
Kind of cleaning off his knife on this rag that he has. Just,
Is there great glory to be had in this temple?
No.
Have you ever heard of the parable of the giant who heard of a treasure, a dragon's treasure, and he came to a door and thought it's probably not behind there and left.
I have not heard that specific parable, but maybe from the region you grew up in. Please, continue with the parable, sir.
Well, in general, the concept is if you don't open the door, you'll never actually know what's inside. It could be great treasure.
So, the door in question is this temple.
And
I'm the giant,
keep going.
and the treasure is the friends we made along the way.
Close enough.
And if you
It's up
add...
to you. I'm just saying that having an extra sword is also beneficial to us.
Well,
And there's no harm in opening the door.
damn it. You've convinced me. I will continue on your quest to reach this temple and find what glory is to be had in there. I do need to stash my other sword, if you know what I mean.
No.
Yes, the large phallus.
Yes, the lizard's penis.
Also, I will say, you have quite the magnificent baritone. It is
Thank
very,
you.
very vibrant and booming. While we are inside, however, we will have to hopefully be relatively quiet. So I think that your magnificence vocally needs to be toned down to almost a 0.
Mum's the word.
For our own good.
Of course, I will keep it down. I'm quiet as a church mouse.
A what?
Thank you.
You know, a mouse.
A what?
Thank you, Baron.
A church mouse. A mouse who's in church.
What is church?
What is a mouse? I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do it. I tried.
I'm very confused now. Let me shove this big, large alligator penis into my bag of colding. Walks away.
I walk over to Kallias and I say, I will not let him harm anything. I simply think that having an extra barrier or body is beneficial.
Okay.
If he steps out of line, I will take full responsibility and take care of it
I will
myself.
take partial responsibility because I brought
I-
him here.
I see
I did call him names.
your point, and I think it is okay if I see his usefulness, but if he ends up stepping out of line, your responsibility is not. I do not ask for it. I just ask that we save ourselves before we save him.
God, yes. Honestly, I was also thinking, and I don't mean to be offensive, but like if there was like a sacrifice required while we're in there, it's nice to have an extra body along.
He would do nicely. There have been less well filled.
But I don't want to have sex with him. I'm just going to say that right now.
It is one thing. It is one tactic that has been used. That is not what is done.
No, I understand. I wanted to be clear that that's not what I'm comfortable with. I just want to make sure everything's out on the table.
Yes, I also. Let us go inside.
Right.
I think.
All right.
As we walk inside, Lilith sidles up next to Ember and goes, "But is CoolWhip on the table? Are you open to that one?"
I mean, I'm not exactly a fucking saint.
That's it.
I have needs.
As you guys start to ascend the steps of the temple, as you make your way up, there's 3 tiers. After the ground level, you hit that first tier, and as you step on it, moving up these steps, the steps you notice go from this kind of worn stone to this more kind of black granite looking stone, worn, but just it's getting darker in its color. And as you step onto that first shelf of these steps moving up, I think it's very Mesoamerican of its like look. There is 2 pathways that lead, looks like, behind the stairs into the temple. Kallias, you would recognize this as one of the preparation chambers, and you can't enter it, but it is an antechamber to the actual entrance, which is at the top. They can be explored as you move your way up.
As we get to this level, turn to the rest of you. You keep going up. I will take a brief look in here. This is where things are made ready for later. You can't go further in this way. We have to enter up there, but I'll check in here if there's anything.
Do you need anyone to back you up?
I hope not, but I will yell.
When you say get ready, do you mean sex?
As he said,
Leonidas, don't be crude.
I'm not being crude. It was a genuine question.
No! I think... I don't know! I didn't...
Okay.
I just...
Roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw.
Kallias is a wee bit flustered, I think. Not the finest hour. This is a 7.
7? I mean, you haven't been here for every ritual that has been held here.
Right.
If we held a black lighter.
Oh.
I feel like if you held a black light anywhere on this temple for any reason, it would fail that test miserably.
Got it.
Light up like Vegas.
I would say, Kallias, you have never been to a ceremony that got into the coital areas.
Yeah, I feel like it's a hearsay as far as Kallias is concerned.
The only ones that you have attended were more of like Ushibalba in a sense, but not necessarily to
Tushibalba.
Gentle folk, next time you're having coital relations with your significant other, if you say Tushibalba at the peak, I'll give you $50.
Deal. Say less, King.
I'd say like you just get blessed by. Anyway, no, I'm just gonna keep moving on. In this moment, I think I'm just. I'll be right there. I don't know. Go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna peel off into the antechamber.
This one is very simple. As you enter it, you've actually been into it before. There are mummification tables and is it Copic jars? Canopic jars?
Canopic jars.
Canopic jars that some of them line the walls.
Where are mine? I have some.
Why do you have
I went to Egypt. What do you fucking want
Will's
from me?
about to show us his nerd card.
Also, it's guns. Look at those.
I don't. I literally don't know where my jars are.
I made one paper mache.
Oh, wait.
In high school.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
What a
actually
fun
way
activity.
cooler than. Never mind. I'm wasting time. I'll hunt for them later
Yeah,
and prove.
show and tell after break.
Yeah, you can post a photo in our Bards of New York Discord.
Egypt content, Egyptology content, only available on the
only on
Discord.
the Discord.
Those of you listening at home, come join. Yeah, not a whole lot of stuff going on in there. It's pretty empty. There's a few what's the word? Mummification instruments, like the hook, a couple knives. Nothing really. You can roll an investigation check if you really want to start searching.
I don't need to search necessarily, other than how recently does it look used? Is there fresh like talcum powder on the floor? And
I'm gonna need an investigation check for that one.
Okay. I'm really not trying to spend that much time in here, just enough to check around. That would be an 12.
12. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look. Nothing looks like it's been moved recently. It's like there's a little bit of a layer, not a heavy layer, but a layer of dust. And that's really all you can really glean from it.
I'm just going to rejoin the group then.
Okay, you come up. You guys continue up the stairs. They're getting slightly steeper as you move up, and as you make your way to the second level, there is another pathway that goes around. But as you step on this level, the braziers that are on either side of this stairway light up. And even as the rain is falling, pss, 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 and it still burns at the same intensity.
I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I think I hate magic. It just freaks me out.
Why?
It can be quite disconcerting. I agree.
I just don't understand it, that's all. I'm not afraid to admit that I don't understand most things. But I do understand that I should go first, so to check for traps.
They're not usually anything bad that I remember.
You wish to continue upwards or check out this level of the chambers?
How are we feeling?
We'll follow your lead, Kallias.
I think, given the lack of anything in the last ones, I'm probably liable to keep going, and how unused ones lower down look, there's no reason. Unless I have any specific memory of these chambers.
You've actually, as you have now risen, the only chambers you've been in personally is the lowest one. The two upper chambers are for the priests and elders of the village.
Wow.
Then maybe I'll take a peek.
Is this gonna be the plot of M. Night Shyamalan's The Village?
Not yet.
We get to the top and there are cameras everywhere.
I am imagining a Mormon steakhouse though right now in my brain.
Oh jeez.
That's
Oh
what
my
this
god.
place looks like.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
I'm just gonna take a peek then. Okay. Especially given that I've never been here. When will I get the chance?
Okay.
May we join?
I would say so.
Yes, I will.
I would say I'm quite curious as well.
If you wouldn't mind watching the door.
Oh,
We don't want to be snuck up on.
I would be an honor to keep sentry, to keep you all nice and safe.
Thank you, Baron.
You're welcome, Baron.
Okay, you guys make your way kind of around to the side chamber into this area, and as you enter, there are ever-burning torches that light up as you walk into this chamber. It's kind of like, almost like a light sensors, very similar to the braziers. And they're just kind of just very gentle. It's not like imposing, it's just like purely to light the place. And you see this one is a little less of Kallias, it's a little less of a preparation area, and it looks more almost like a small chapel. There are benches lined up, and then in the back of this chamber there is a raised, almost stage, and a pedestal in the center. And on that pedestal is this tubular.
Yeah, bro.
Tubular. A cylindrical. Fucking hell. Okay, I like that shirt, Kyle. That's a cool shirt. A cylindrical case, just sitting on top of it. There seem to be frescoes on the wall.
The
Frescoes are
most
tiled
famous-
like pictures, basically.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the drink.
What did
Fresco.
they? What did they? Yeah, there's some fucking dank citrus soda just lining
soda.
the walls.
Lining the walls.
What do the frescoes depict, and what's in the cylinder?
Which one do you wish to look at first?
Can't blame me for wanting an item. The cylinder.
Okay. The cylinder is a scroll. It is made of this sort of almost. There's not a lot of bamboo that grows on this island. It's more. It's not really that kind of tropical. But there are small patches because bamboo is such a resilient plant that exist.
Right.
On some of the smaller islands around, but on Fidicilas there is not. So this has been taken from an island somewhere else, brought here, and it houses this scroll. And the scroll speaks of Civilius and the power of this deity. And as you're kind of reading through it, it's very flowery language of just a prayer to Civilius to ground us within this earth and feed us our passion, is kind of a saying that is continuing throughout. And there's a lot of language involving fire to drown out the darkness, and also language of strength.
Pieces of lie. Those on me.
Yeah,
Those on me passion.
very similar. Yeah, very similar. It's the Jedi Codex, if you will.
It's the
more
fucking.
Yeah, I would say this one's a little more Sithy than other ones, but
I have the thing. I have the code somewhere on my table.
Yeah.
but I'm
Very
not
on
gonna
brand
go
for William Champion.
Wow.
I'll
but
just mouth it under my breath as I read.
And it's in primordial.
That's just the way.
So if anybody else, I don't think anybody else knows primordial in this group, do they?
I do.
Oh shit!
No,
all
I
right.
don't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I
I'm like,
don't.
really, Leonidas? No way.
No.
We would have been speaking in the
Yeah,
tongue. I would have been doing
yeah.
that from the jump had that been the case.
Primordial.
Imagine
What does that voice
primordial
sound like?
It sounds like gargling rocks.
Yeah, I think there's in my heart. There's as me as
So,
a
like-
DM. There's
Like Vin
dialects.
Diesel's voice?
Oh.
Fast 9 out now.
God, I gotta go see
In
Fast 9.
theaters.
I like to see primordial for me as a DM. There's like dialects of primordial because it is like the elemental language.
But
so
there are, right?
If
Or
it is like
Enigma.
more earth, it sounds like the grinding of rocks. That if it's coming from like maybe a fire elemental, it's more of like a roaring fire. Like but it all kind of can communicate with each other. There's depending on the dialect of primordial, it sounds.
So does the water people sound like really like as if it's like sloshing around?
I can't go back to this. We've moved past this
I would
by like a month.
Welcome to Atlantis.
You guys haven't heard the Actually, you actually have. It's
The water.
Yeah.
It sounded like that.
I would say no. It sounds more like whales, like sonar.
Sure. What is the? I don't know if I would know it was a dialect, but what is the dialect that I speak and we speak?
When
as
you
a-
speak primordial, if you speak it out loud, it is a mix actually of
It's-
fire and the earth.
Right.
Some Spanglish.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a little like Puerto Rico kind of.
It's like Sicily, right? Like Sicily's Italian is basically not Italian. Same with like Milanese is not, or Venetian. It's like a different thing.
My grandma is from northern Italy, and she basically speaks a dialect that Italians can't understand because it's closer to French.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. So it's that's a great way to explain
just
it.
like that with Greece. Yeah.
So yours, hearing it for you guys, it almost sounds like fire and rocks hitting each other, and like a lot of like and weird. It's an interesting dialect. Yeah. When he says it out loud, or they say it out loud.
Talk dirty to me.
But I would have been sort of half it for that, reading comprehension, sort of muttering it out loud, and half to, invoke it and speak it into the air as I read this scroll.
You notice as you speak it, there's almost a elemental reaction from the torches. They just get not a whole lot. It's not like you're Gandalf, like the conjurer of cheap trick. It's more of just like a slight like growth to the glow.
Growth to the glow.
The frescoes on either wall. It's of this small chapel. There's one on the right and left. There are 2 Ouroboroses depicted as snakes. Each do have wings. Well, one is wings, and the other one looks like appendages. And now looking at it, it is very reminiscent of the Leviathan. Seeing the Leviathan circle around and go in, it looks almost like a depiction of that, but one is a fiery red with the wings, and the one on the right with the 2 like heavy appendages that are hanging off of it is a like deep brown. And they both they're, just to be specific, on this fresco, they are countering each other in their rotation. So one's eating left to right, one's eating right to left.
And both are winged, right?
Mm-hmm. Winged is a strong word for the one on the right, because it's not as they have appendages that resemble wings, but the one with the brown one does seem to have a difference, and it doesn't look like it's like fiery flying wings. It looks like appendages of sorts.
Right. Like,
very similar to the Leviathan. You saw it had these claws that came off of it, like a lobster-esque. And it's on either side, these 2 twin serpents.
Kallias?
Yes?
Does this mean something? What does this...
These are the Great Serpents.
The 2, the one we saw and the one you serve.
So, that is a strange word to use.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, we saw a messenger of the Sea Serpent one, correct?
The aspect is the word that our good brother of the sea used.
But why is it eating its tail?
You ask questions that priests are to answer. I have never been in this room. I just know the signs. I know how we depict the divine. I do not know why it is drawn to look this way, what that symbol means. I have not studied symbols. I was a hunter.
Do you know any priests, Kallias?
Well, yes. That is his father, was the chief, the head priest. There were many priests in the village, different kinds. I was not one. When I changed, they had much to say and much to do about me, but I did not study. I just worshipped, like we all did.
Lilith and Ryujin and Ember, roll me religion checks, the 3 of you.
Uh-oh. Cross-continental mythology, this is gonna fuck me up good.
that a natural 20?
Lilith got an natural 20.
Okay.
Ryujin.
Hold on, sorry. It is.
What are we rolling on?
Religion.
Am I rolling?
No, because of your background and where you come from, it's different. Actually, fuck it. Roll.
Ooh, okay. it's
Maybe
not
you got some from Yara.
Oh, I might have.
What'd you get? 21? Sick. All right. Ember
Dan.
21.
Dan.
and Dan.
21.
Oh. No. An 8?
Jesus, what the fuck, Dan?
That is a pretty circle. Lilith, what was your total?
My total 23.
23. Okay. You all recognize this symbol. The Ouroboros is a very common symbol in Cordia.
We saw one on the door to the in the temple that we were going, like when we first entered the temple after answering riddles. Wasn't there a version of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is a very common symbol, and usually it depicts like the rebirth of life. Is what you guys, from what the three of you, and sorry, Leonidas, you're just like, that's a pretty circle. It's the rebirth and the cycle of life and the cycle of as one thing ends, another begins.
I just didn't want to assume Lilith knew what Hannah knew.
Yeah, no, you're good. But if the Ouroboros symbol is very prominent in Cordian society, and now, as we understand, outside of Cordian society as well.
Interesting.
Ouroboros.
Uh-oh.
Ouroboros.
Should we go to the next room?
Yes.
After you?
Leonidas goes, I don't know what's going on in here. Walks out.
6.
You guys make your way back out. The torches as you leave dim. And Ryujin Hask, who it's the shock of it's white in the hair has kind of now been matted down by the rain, turns and says,
Oh, the coast is clear. Nothing has happened. Are we continuing up?
Yes.
Yes, with caution.
Good. Do you wish me to take point, or would somebody else?
Please watch our rear. For now, danger is most likely to come from the outside. We'll
All right.
assess again once we're in.
I will be the caboose.
Watch his rear specifically, and I point to Ember and wink and then walk away.
And I walk up to him and I say, with your name, you understand rears well. And I keep walking.
You guys
Get
say,
dunked on
both of you say that
forever.
to Leopold, and you see him so fucking confused. Has literally no idea what you're talking about. Like,
What? I will watch the rear. Good.
make your way up the stairs. What, Kallias?
I was just gonna say, Lilith, if you would maybe walk beside me, so I have not been known to be the most astute when it comes to trap laying, and to be frank, I'm sure I am predisposed to not expect hostility here.
Of course. I'm gonna check for traps, check for traps, check for traps.
Are we? Is there a third layer
chance.
before the?
It's a very it's not like a full flight, if you will, of stair. Like it's like it is one last antechamber that exists, but it's like maybe 10 feet from the top
Actual,
and the actual maw of Olakkos.
Is it? How is? Well, we can get to it when we actually step there, because I guess we're going to stop at the last antechamber. There's no reason to now, not to now.
You guys make your way up. Same thing happens as you make your way up. Though now the stone has become very smooth and almost shiny, and there are these veins of this other colored stone as well, kind of moving through it, almost like ore veins, and it is smooth.
Somebody say lyrium?
If you're looking for a view of it, and like very similar, yes.
But
And
just to clarify, it's not actually like liquid.
It's not.
moving,
Yeah, it's not.
right?
It's not moving liquid. It is just as you've gotten to the top of this temple, this pyramid, in a way, it is become from a very rough natural stone to almost a very smooth cooked stone.
It's like Japanese pottery, right? That's
Very
that
similar to
style.
that. Yeah. Where it's like you break it and then you inlay the gold. That's kind of the visual aspect of the top of this temple. Not gold though; it's different. It's kind of like almost a brownish, reddish, like rust color.
Or red lyrium.
Doesn't glow. Doesn't glow.
Sure.
I want to be clear. It does not glow.
yeah.
The braziers next to you light, and you continue to the back chamber of this level. Rittenhask goes, do you wish for me to keep watch again?
Assume that you are always, unless otherwise told, to keep your eyes firmly on the behind, whatever that may be.
And then I point to Ember and wink again.
Again, he just kind of looks at you, absent, just like, right, I will look to our rear. And like, kind of awkwardly turns around and just looks down at like the view of the caldera around you.
I would love the soundtrack of the white noise inside Rittenhask's head. I bet it would be very soothing to go to sleep to.
No, the soundtrack is the ice
The
cream.
ice cream.
The ice cream
outside
truck.
of our
Right.
Just a beautiful idiot. Okay. You guys come around to this back, and it's almost like a little almost bident entrance. There's two sides. It both comes together and then to a single entrance, very similar to the chapel. But this one, instead of just being open, there's a door. Just a very solid wooden door, closed.
I would like to check for traps.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
A 24.
24. As you kind of just give a little push, there's no seemingly pressure pushing back to trigger something. You don't see any line or anything that would else trigger a trap, and you don't see any arcane symbols that would trigger a trap. It just seems like a closed door.
Okay, Kallias, I think for once this is just a door, and I just push it open.
Are you certain?
That was the end.
The whole campaign.
As you push it over, the temple crumbles.
Push it over the campaign.
You push it open, and this small room lights up. You would know this room, specifically Kallias. You know what it's in it, or what it's used for. It is where the elder Oxentios will spend private time and prayer and meditation. Not like that.
Well, you said private time.
Well, it's private chambers. What else am I gonna say?
Because private is also
Sam's
a word
happy
for
time.
private parts.
Well, that's not. I mean.
Well, let's give it all to your God. You know what I mean?
What's
for
in
Jesus.
here?
Tushibalda! Ooh, Shabalda!
All right.
What's in the fucking room?
Simple. There's a small kind of bed area for sleep. A corner that looks like meditation. There's a couple mats laid out, and then on the right, a scrolls, items, pieces of paper, and on this kind of table there that has all this stuff scattered around on these shelves, there is a large bound tome with 2 layers of wood, then loosely bound with this hempen rope, and these thick pieces of almost like banana leaf paper, papyrus. Actually, is a good
What
way
is
to
that?
describe it.
Papyrus.
I
Papyrus.
I don't honestly know, but I'm going to find out. I have never. I was not one to rebelled particularly early on, despite Eris's prodding, and I would never have intruded on her father's sacred study. But now seems as good a time as any.
You make your way towards that book.
Any symbols or writing on the wood plate?
1, 2 linked Ouroboroses. 1 red, 1 brown.
Kallias, can I just check for traps around that area just to make sure?
I mean, I don't know why he... Okay.
Roll me an investigation check.
25.
25. With a 25, you don't get anything.
That was horrendously sus.
Yeah.
Did not like
That was
that
very
answer.
That was fucking sus.
For a-
You know
for
it.
a
This is actually a DM
25?
question. Investigation won't reveal magical traps, correct?
That would if you can see a sigil, if you can uncover an active sigil, yes. Sensing the presence of a magical enchantment with otherwise no visual cues, no.
Okay. Then you do not see anything.
That's like, it's like, so question for the table: having a royal flush, does that win?
Win?
Hey, is this
I
good?
Is this a good hand?
Coast is clear, guys.
All right, cool.
I've got 21. Is that a good thing?
Well, fuck it. I mean, if Lilith, do you express your otherwise uninformed perception?
I'm pretty sure we're good here. It doesn't look like there's anything to me.
Oh, fuck me, Randy. I'm gonna crack open the book.
I think you're safe, Kallias.
Oh,
Wow.
Good luck, Kallias.
Elias,
Bye.
you crack open the book. Nothing happens.
Is deleted summarily.
You Thanos snap away.
Great. Spoiler
I
alert.
don't feel so good.
You pull the
Yeah.
void card out of the deck of many things.
Nope, you open it up. There is no alarm that goes off. Nothing. It is-
Oh, but maybe
Uh,
he knows.
Does it look? Oh.
Yeah, maybe he's
so,
like, my book.
So possible that that's the case.
My book.
What does it have? Is it like densely written in? What's on
yeah,
the pages?
so in Primordial, in different hand, there's one hand in the beginning on this first page, this piece of papyrus, and it states it's the Book of the Elders, since the founding of Vimata. And below it, you see 3 names. You see the first one, Cassandra, who was, you would know from your history as the first elder of Vimata, the founder of the village, and first acolyte of Civilius.
Wait. I'm assuming that's with a K, yeah?
Yeah. The next one would be Krew with a K.
Didn't even have to ask that.
And you would know Krew is Accentios's father.
Any relation to that I would be aware of from Cassandra to Krew?
You actually do not know.
Okay.
Actually,
I mean,
roll me a.
We live
I'll accept
very
religion
long, so
or
it's-
history. Yeah, you guys live very long, but I'll accept the religion or history.
Religion, history, religion.
Your
history.
choice, Lady,
Yeah, it's
Kallias' choice.
Gonna be religion. That's a 15.
A 15. You know that Cassandra, she disappeared.
When the world needed her most.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. In an iceberg in the ocean right
Does she have a pet eagle?
now. Does not have a pet eagle. No. Stole the name, not the whole character.
Even
but
I
do steal
know what
names
this
left and
is.
right. But
Fuck, I want to replay that whole game right now. Right now. Okay. So
disappeared, and that's when Krew stepped up as the leader.
Any other things I would know about Krew?
The longest running leader of Vimata died, I would say, a couple centuries before you were born. And that's when Akthentios, his son, who was kind of groomed to become the next leader, stepped up into place.
And I'm assuming the third name is in fact Akthentios.
Yes, and then it's each one is in different handwriting as well. The Cassandra is a little bit faded. Obviously the most fresh handwriting is Akthentios.
Cool.
And do you continue to flip through the book?
Yes.
Okay. You flip to the first page. Do you see that it is faded, and it's seemingly in Cassandra's handwriting? Do you take time to read it?
If I'll just briefly go through it.
Okay. Skimming it for the Cassandra chapters, it's very much kind of what's taught in a way. It is in the village. It's the deep roots, working with the nature and with the land, protecting your own, and using your passion for each other to create a better world, and a world that is better than what's outside. And I would say there's a little less of that language actually in the Cassandra chapters of like what's the word I'm looking for? The high and the hoity-toity, like we are better. There's a little bit of that, but it's more
like
the
genuine.
The language of Cassandra is more to like, we want to be a good example of what should be.
Perfect.
And then once you get past the Cassandra chapters end abruptly. And a lot of it's just a lot of like personal thoughts. It's like a diary that they've kept and they add to. As you're then skimming to beginning Krew's run, which is probably the thickest part of the book. It changes tone a little bit. It still has that fiery language, and we are but it's like more stalwart. We are superior. Our way of life is superior. Our way of life is the only way to move forward, to create a better world. And those who cannot live in this world don't belong in this place. They are chosen by Civilius to feed, to sacrifice. It's still supportive. It's not necessarily, it's just looking at this idea, this community from a different lens.
Especially having just read Cassandra's, it's striking.
Mm-hmm. And you get a bit of Krew struggling in the earlier parts of his chapter, struggling with what he believes and what he thinks it should be. And then there's you start just kind of buzzing through it because there's so much of it, and a lot of it's kind of nauseum. Like it's like, we captured this ship today, and there were these non-believers. We did have these people convert, and they are part of the community now. Yada yada yada. It's almost a itemized list of how the village is doing, and like reports. So you start buzzing through those, And then you get to where the handwriting changes to Accentios's. Accentiosas? Yeah, Accentiosas.
Accentiosai.
No. This one's more neutral. It feels like the past of Kreon has become more in the foundation of the teachings, and that's
less new now.
But the fieriness, the authoritarianness of it is very has kind of muted a bit, but it's still there, I would say, in reading it. You get to the last entry. It speaks of grief and how even what the fragile aspect of mortal life, and how even the most promising individuals can disappear, and mentions Eris by name, then also mentions you by name. The beating heart of the tribe, of the village, of Vimata has perished, and now we must rebuild. And that is the last entry.
During the time of all this reading, I turn over the entire room.
Okay,
quietly and respectfully.
I help.
Roll me an investigation check, and with advantage since Leonidas is helping.
I don't do it so quietly, but I try.
I am not paying any attention.
That's what I figured.
That's fair.
22.
I'm definitely a little shook.
22.
Okay. What'd you get? Oh, no, you're helping. With 22, you find two things. One is just this little piece of this kind of iridescent crystal. It looks very similar to the temporite. It's a little piece, not big. It's been polished to a small round stone. That's it.
That's a bit sussy.
That's a bit.
And it was just kind of like it was like a tchotchke on a shelf, kind of placed in a small little like nest, almost like a repurposed bird's nest that had hardened, and it was placed inside of it with a couple other small stones. I'd say you find about, let's just say, 100 gold pieces worth of like random gems, like jet, amethyst, like very, very like uncut, raw things, and they're like more like tchotchkes on the. It's my crystals.
I definitely, I'll definitely pocket the temporite looking one for later. I'll leave the rest.
Okay. Just
What was
put
this?
Temporite lens, I think is the would be the term I want to use for that in your inventory then. The next thing is this jar, the very like kind of a, not a jar, but like a same kind of bamboo like material that's been used, and there's another bamboo lid on top of it, and when you open up, it's this like salve, and it is very cool to the touch. And feels nice in your hands.
I bet it does.
But it's this kind of, oh my god, white. It's white, kind of very smooth.
It's Vaseline.
On.
Fucking hell! It's
Six.
not lube. It's not lube.
You dug yourself that pit.
I
You have to
did, but
lie
like
in
I
it.
know, guys. I know what it is. It's not sexual.
Wow. Okay.
I think we're getting it, Woody.
Not for butt stuff.
Can that be the
Anything
name of
with
the
the
title
children.
of this episode?
Absolutely.
Episode 21. It's not for butt stuff.
But you kind of actually like touch it, like gives it kind of a cool, tingly feeling, like mentholy to your hand.
That's hot.
Nice.
Okay, I'll take it.
Let's just call it aloe for right now.
Lube.
Well, don't call it that. You're just giving it in.
I'm putting lube.
Okay, let's call it a bamboo jar of lube.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
It's
not.
probably quite like aesthetic though. Like
Yeah, it probably looks
Probably wanna-
really nice.
yeah, like
It's that product you see on the shelf at like
sideboard.
what's that stupid store? The one with that's like black and chalk is there?
Oh, Spencer Gifts.
Nope. It's like a soap bath store. Lush.
Oh,
Lush.
Oh.
Lush.
So it's something you like see on the shelf at Lush and you're like, God damn, they're upscaling.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
More like upcharging. Am I right,
Yeah,
ladies?
Anyway,
That's what you find, and that's what you read. And that
Okay.
is the extent of what's really in this room.
we'll just close the book at the back. I feel like the further we go into this place, the less I know about it, and the more mistakes I feel I've made. And as such, I would like to get what we have come for and maybe leave.
Well, this room didn't have anything.
Let's go inside.
You head outside. Baron Leopold Rittenhask is there, standing in the rain.
Like, coast is clear. We're good. My task is done. The rear
Baron,
is clear.
Baron, what was the word? It was mum.
It was mom, but close enough.
Quiet as a church mouse.
Mum was the word.
Church mouse.
Thank you.
It's
should
clear in the rear.
Kallias, I'll walk with you.
You make your way up the final steps to the apex of the pyramid. This top, there's no roof to it. It is open to the elements, and the ground of it is smooth. The water's just running off of it down these sides into these gutters. And in the center of this open apex is a circular pit leading down. What you do notice with the steam, or with the rain, steam rising from the center. Ever so subtle.
Ever so tenderly.
You ever just want to yell Eris's name and see maybe they're here? But they're hiding?
I had not thought of that. Do you think it would work?
It's a risk. Because there might be something scarier hiding, and then they'll hear us. But maybe Eris is here.
I will do it, but I will not yell alone.
I like yelling.
I'll yell with you.
I'm quite good at yelling.
No, you're not allowed.
We need someone to be mum.
Someone has to be.
Someone has to be the mother.
I will be your mother.
And that's a little fucking weird for me.
I thought you
I'm
were
sorry,
gonna call
the
break.
jar of lube is not there.
I thought
No.
it was gonna be like, and that's the
And
break.
Would you like it if we called you mommy?
What is with
I
us
mean,
and
call me what you
NPCs?
wish, as long as you remember my title and my standing.
Your title being Baron of needing to be saved by us?
Ooh, that is. Oh, I didn't mean to get dragged through the mud. Oh God, I've already been dragged through the mud once today.
I
God.
just was asking.
No, if you wanted to call me Mommy, I would simply ask you to call me Baron Mommy Rittenhask.
I would much like to stop this train of conversation now.
How about Mama Baron?
Ooh,
I
I
would-
like that one.
I won't say no to that. 'cause I'd rather follow.
Covering his kinks. Covering his
Baron Ness.
Baron Mama
I'll
Lippenass.
present again that we are, although we are considered the Nightmare Crew, we are also the finders of the line.
We are.
Finders of line.
We find the line.
Holy shit.
I
I think that's the subtitle, right? Nightmare Crew, Finders of the Line.
Forget Heroes of Cordia, whatever the fuck. It's
Nah.
Finders of the Line.
Dude, these are not
Heroes.
heroes, guys. This is not a group of heroes.
They're not heroes at all.
Everybody take a shot when we find the line.
If you all will call out with me, that might be best. I'm just gonna get onto my hands and knees and like crane my head over the pit.
What are we
What
yelling?
would you like us to say?
Yeah, what are
As
we
you
yelling?
lean over, the steam hits your face. Feels kind of nice.
Spa.
Like opening a dishwasher right as it ends.
Oh, the best.
Nice.
Just call out her name as loud as you can. It was Lilith's idea, and it might work.
We're going loud. I will cast Thaumaturgy.
I will also cast Thaumaturgy.
I might be casting Prestidigitation if it does the same thing.
I'll just
I don't
cup
think
my
it does.
hands around my mouth like this.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Lilith and Leonidas eat ass.
Wait, could I use? Probably not. Can I use?
Echoes can't speak.
No, not an echo.
Oh, okay.
It was a reasonable guess, Dan. That was a
That's
reasonable
fair.
guess.
That's fair. That's
I would say
fair.
90% of "can I guess" coming from you is
That's
usually
fair.
back the echo.
I was gonna ask, can I use? I wouldn't be able to use like Daunting Roar in this in some way.
If you wanted to use it, if you wanted to use it in this, I would allow it.
I mean, it's meant to make people frightened. So
It's up to you, baby boy.
I'll use it.
Okay.
Are we gonna get scared?
Well, I'll face it away
Yeah,
from
are
all.
we
of
gonna
you.
get scared?
I don't
As
want
you
to be
all-
scared.
You skilled.
Lean over, steam hitting your face. It's very light steam. You all yell Eris's name. A bit of a growl, a la Lion King from Leonidas.
Nice.
And a moment passes, and the 4 braziers that remained unlit up top light up. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yay.
Was it because of the
My
daunting?
Jimmy
was
is officially rustled.
All right, guys. Cool. It is 7:56. Let's be back no later than 8:15.
For the past, baby.
Wow.
So take a 15. Thank you, 15.
Thank you, 15.
Oh boy.
A little actor joke for those of you out there. Other than that, we will see you in just a little bit. Thank you all for hanging out. And again, any
Buckle up.
questions, throw up in chat. We'll answer them afterwards.
We'll be right back.
Love you.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Now, if you'll look in the chat, you'll see that we have a bit of a poll going on. Now, I think this poll is pretty important. Oh shit, what have I done?
Are you still spamming down?
No,
Next
not at all.
week, guys, next week we do our warm-up question is, would your character wear cargo shorts?
You were literally still spamming. I'm watching these numbers down, and you're literally still clicking that button.
I'm running out of bits. I started with 30,000. I have 4,000 now.
I ran out too. I spammed mine hard to prove a point. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are Cargo Shorts are for hiking. Thank you for 2069. NYC
Great
42069. Great name.
Good name.
Cargo shorts are great for outdoor activities, Dan.
Not
And everybody
for
else.
general wear.
Not for
general wear.
For going out and picking up baddies.
What about if I'm like
Dan, the first thing you said to us was, Kyle, Hannah, if you saw somebody at a bar wearing cargo shorts,
First of all,
that was enough for me to say no.
My immediate response internally is, fucking Uncle Keith. That's like my first and immediate.
Uncle Keith?
Do you have an Uncle Keith?
Who's Uncle Keith?
That's a story for another time.
Oh wow,
That is a story for another time.
All right.
I
will.
So now
I will say live on stream. I will stop wearing cargo shorts.
You don't have to stop.
You don't have to stop.
It sounds like you guys want me to.
Other
Sounds
shorts.
like you want me
Just
to,
have other
cargo
to
shorts.
stop wearing cargo shorts.
I never said
And,
that.
You know
You
what?
need to
If
just
you're gonna
broaden
be
your
all
horizons.
this, like pouty boy, yeah, don't wear them. Burn them. Fuck you.
Hold on.
So the pit.
Fuck.
Okay.
Let me get-
So, thank you so much for coming back with us, everybody. We settled the matter with Dan about cargo shorts. I hope you have got some more whiskey, some more coffee, some juice, whatever, fermented or otherwise. Now, let's jump back into the world of Cordia. John Cena!
What is going on?
So, as the camera hands back down.
I fucking hate my life.
Oh.
I almost
And
just
the poll's
spat my
over.
beer over my entire setup.
Yeah, it definitely says I contributed 34,000 channel points.
And still lost.
and couldn't fucking hack it. Oh, that is so relentlessly satisfying.
And
If
that's
that
how
doesn't
you
give you
know.
a clear answer on cargo shorts, I don't know what does.
That's it. That's how you know.
Oh man.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts to laugh.
That's very funny. That's
Ooh.
unbelievable.
Dan, I just want you to
funny.
be aware, this result was everybody uniting against you.
That's very true.
It's a unanimous fucking
Oh,
storm.
boy.
I just want you to know, Dan,
All right,
I voted once.
I voted a lot.
I voted 34,000 bits worth.
I smashed it.
Oh, okay. Also,
That
Mandy,
was
that's funny as hell.
Good. That was good. So
Okay. Whew, nice cleansing breath together. Dan, I love you. You're a handsome man. I just want the world to see how handsome you are.
Sure.
Look at your
Gams.
ass.
I've had
He wants
people-
the world to look at your games.
I've had
Yeah.
people look at my games and say, "Nice cargo shorts," and they come
Those
over and they
people-
go,
And they do it with
Oh.
sarcasm and
All right,
derision.
we have to move forward, or we'll never leave the cargo short debate. We will never ever escape this.
Okay. As the camera pans down and you have all looked into this pit, Leonidas, you get an extra bit of steam into your lion pores, and doing your roar, your beefy thighs just are really sailing in this small breeze. And they're quite well framed by the non-side pocketed trousers you are wearing.
One might say form-fitting.
Form-fitting trousers.
No, Leonidas is wearing
Let's check
cargo
the art.
shorts.
Let's check the art. He is definitely, I guarantee you did not tell Gaze Drawers, commission them, by the way. You did not tell Gaze Drawers, put this soldier in cargo shorts.
He's not wearing any shorts.
Hey Dan, when you're the DM, you can put us all in cargo shorts.
You know
That's next Thursday.
The honey heist, all you will be wearing shorts.
No, hey, if I was a bear in search for honey, I would absolutely be wearing cargo.
Winnie the Pooh coming
Yeah.
strapped in
Because then
those
you
Levi's.
could carry more stuff.
Yeah.
But that's for utility purposes.
Why not wear? Okay, we gotta stop.
No, we have to move. We have to move.
Not of
But
inspiration.
Leonidas, as your gams, you're ready to go. Your beefy gams, and you have a bit of inspiration given to you. So you can add a d6 to anything you wish, other than healing.
Well,
Okay.
So the 4 kind of on each corner of this top pedestal, the braziers, they light, and you hear a slight gurgling coming from them, like a rolling of fire. The steam does not change. Coming up, roll me perception checks, everybody.
That's not very good.
Let's go, Ember.
my best roll of the night.
23.
Fuck yeah. Leonidas,
It's a 19.
19. Ryujin. You son of
Let's
a bitch.
go.
Unbelievable. I
Tack
guess is
on.
that your first this
It
evening?
is the
First
first.
of the show.
I've only rolled twice, though.
Second of the show, but
Oh.
Ryujin's first.
No. Friend of the show.
Oh, I misheard.
That's a total of 20. 24.
24. All right. Lilith,
A dirty 20.
and bringing up the caboose apparently.
Double ones, 11.
Fucking yeah, man.
Sure.
Whatever.
All right.
You guys don't hear anything. No reply from that yell. The only thing you hear is the coming from the 4 braziers around you.
Well, it was worth a shot.
It was. If I know we are looking for things, if we are all looking for things, and I am looking for something, someone, but despite the fact that there is something down there that we are all looking for, this is my home, sort of. And while I have never myself been down there, I am offering you an out now, if you want one.
Kallias.
Not forever, but just I would understand if this is a boundary you are not willing to cross.
Are we jumping in?
We are. I will be finding some way down. I have only ever seen one way of entry.
Oh shit. Sorry to interrupt. Kallias, with that natural 20. You do notice writing along the inside of this maw. In primordial, it says, sorry, I missed it on my notes, guys, I apologize. Pour forth the Korigro to enter. Korigro.
Come in.
Does anybody know we have Sylvan and Elvish speakers?
Jawohl.
Is a kind of an Elvish root word, and you would know it, Kallias, specifically. There's no direct translation, but it's sacrificial liquid.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
So it's pour forth the Korigro, or sacrificial liquid, to enter.
This is we have to make an offering.
How much?
I've only ever seen one kind.
I look to Ember.
I look to Baron.
Well, okay, gang, we're not going to do that.
I'm sorry. Are we insinuating that we cut our hands in unity to feed the sacrifice?
I mean, you seem the one that has the most tough, calloused hands that can handle such a beating. I have very dainty hands that are quite soft and...
I will be straight up. I took quite a beating. So I do believe I would need, if we were going to do that, a bit of R&R. And I could not do that right now.
Didn't we already R&R?
I
was busy cutting up the gator.
The entire time?
Yeah, he's a big gator. It takes a lot to cut up.
All right.
I would like to make something a little clear. Unless I am grossly misremembering, I am not familiar with many descents into this temple that didn't require, that weren't preceded by a rather sizable offering.
But you said you haven't been here that often, right?
I haven't been in many of the rooms, but it is somewhat of a rite of passage and a common activity to bear witness to such things.
Well, Kallias, are you implying that we...
I am merely saying what I remember.
Always.
No.
Tried the way that keeps all of us alive first.
Yes.
I think that would be rather responsible for all of us to keep each other in good shape.
It says sacrificial liquid. That does not mean that it has to be blood.
No.
Oh.
Given what we know about the island so far, perhaps
it is the best way of
we can cover our
saying
eyes.
it. I don't understand what you mean.
Everyone has their private moment.
Are we gonna circle jerk into the thing?
I mean...
What he's done! He's done!
Y'all are nasty.
He's done!
Fucking nasty.
He's done! Wait, where is he going?
And that's the stream. Come back next week.
Hi everybody, I'm your new DM.
Oh man. Oh boy.
That it is not the exact word. It is just the best way of saying the. It is like only that which is given only for this. It is not something that serves many purposes. It is a word which means the liquid that is sacrificed.
And do you know what that liquid is?
It is. How do we? I have only ever seen full people pushed in here.
Right.
So could we try? Not.
We of course.
I will cut my hand open at this moment just to test it out if we can keep people alive.
Let's do it. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, throw the dick in.
Are we about to fully penetrate this temple? Is that what's about to fucking happen?
I hate this so
what is
much.
going on? Where are all of us? What's happening? Can we take a moment?
Baron, I know that you have a multitude of trophies from the alligator. I saw you. You worked very hard. If you were to part with that part, would that be okay? So that none of us have to give up our own blood.
Worst case scenario, you lose a massive lizard cock.
And call it a fucking day.
You scrape up the strawberry jam leftovers from wherever it lands.
You've made it this far. Have a little faith.
Roll me a persuasion check, Ember.
I've never seen Woody look more like a disappointed
Yeah,
father.
I was gonna say I've never seen Woody
I
this
can't. I
upset.
would never have expected that we would push Woody of all people to this extreme.
Yeah,
with
I
I
was
these.
gonna
just, I
say.
didn't,
I
guys,
know.
full on, didn't expect CoolWhip, didn't expect ripping ass, and definitely didn't expect this to turn into some weird sex orgy mission.
Oh my god.
It's not.
It's not.
It's the fucking
It's
gist
not
of it.
the situations we've been put in.
Every
You
time-
guys
like-
just said, let's circle jerk into
No,
the
no.
whole...
No,
I
we
said that.
Are we going to?
I said, is that what we have to do?
If you
Because
say
said I
very
mean-
vaguely the sacrificial liquid,
Yeah,
I think that's on you.
which is blood.
I mean, the fact that we balked more at that as opposed to body checking the guy into the pit is
I know, right?
enough. Like we were like, as opposed to fucking literally ending a life.
What was the persuasion check, my friend?
18.
18. With an 18, he goes, well,
I do suppose that I do have other trophies, and it's, I mean, rather
Might-
unconventional to bring a member back to
Might-
the lodge.
Might I say, in for a penny, in for a penis.
I've never heard that saying, but all right.
I made it up.
In for a penny, in for a penis. Ooh.
I would be doing myself a disservice if I did not voice my extreme displeasure at this idea.
Oh, would that
But you're
be,
okay with killing someone and throwing them into the pit?
like
Yes, that is what
Just
we have
don't think
always
he
done.
was-
but
us to
those
know how valid
genitalia
that is.
on that person are also being put in there.
I merely was trying to circumvent a way where everyone would have to hurt. Is it not better for one person to bear the weight of burden?
I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If we throw the phallus in and nothing happens,
I see. I understand that. I would appreciate understanding in why that makes me a little queasy.
I feel as if he doesn't want us to throw a phallus at his sacred deity.
Yes.
Just gotta think outside the box here. It's an open hole. Have none of us thought about just climbing down?
I mean, if people are sacrificed by being thrown down, you think we
Would you
should?
not?
Is there a
squander-
rock somewhere?
you look around, the only things that are on this surface is the 4 braziers that look to be like kind of like bronze-esque bowls that have the fire glowing out of them and that churning sound, and the maw, the hole, a la 300 Sparta. That is what's on this top level. That is it.
maybe the cream.
It's a liquid.
Mm.
It might.
I take out my bamboo thingy thing and pour one out for the homies.
You kind of reach over and pour out the cream. Roll a perception check.
For hearing.
I'll allow hearing.
Freud would have a heyday with this episode.
Who would?
Who would?
Freud.
Oh.
It's another 18.
18. With an 18, you listen for a second, and nothing. You don't hear anything. Nothing changes.
I guess we could climb down, or we can. I don't know. Somebody
For climbing
be the
down.
leader.
Do we know how Kallias?
And looks. Baron looks towards you, Will.
Do you know how deep this pit goes?
Deep.
Oh, well, I have some rope. Do you have rope?
We do not write these things for no meaning. If it asks something of us, there is a reason for it. I would rather we try all of our options before we ignore what has been placed here.
Yes, and kind of standing next to you now, Kallias, I just don't have. I would hate for one of us. Fresh out of sacrifices, I guess.
We have not tried the other idea. The one where we all give.
We could.
Perhaps that would be enough. But I
yeah.
am not... You were not here, Baron, at the beginning. But I asked a favor of those with whom we travel. This is a sacred place, and I will see its customs mostly, as much as possible, followed, and not defiled. This is something that I will remain firm on. So if we are asked something to pass, I would rather we try all options before circumnavigating the way of life here.
Yes, I wouldn't want to disrespect culture. Definitely would wish to support it. So I would agree with you on that.
So I'm still sticking close to the Baron, move just up to the, where's my inventory? To the edge of the pit, the opening. I don't have any special by no, but what I do have is the sharp edge of the necromantic shard, the security measure from a previous iteration. And I'm going to press the point of that into my palm. Maybe maybe not the palm, but maybe the forearm, somewhere where I can draw a little blood from it that much.
Yeah. Just do 1 point of damage for just that, just to draw blood and have it come out.
I mean, I could roll a d4 if you really...
No, just one, unless you want to do more.
If I'm trying to be an example here, I'm trying to let a significant amount out as the group suggestion.
Let's say a dagger's worth is 1d4, yeah. So roll me a d4. 2. All right. I
assume I wasn't adding anything to that. Just
you cut right here, and it drips down your forearm, off your fingers, and drips, and it drips down into the pit. I'll do it. Okay. Roll me a d4 as you take your dagger out, or other weapon, depending on what you want to use.
That is also 2.
2. All right. Same thing. You basically follow the same example. Kind of cut right here in the arm, let it drip down the hand, drip whoosh, into the hole.
I take my great sword, and I
run it through my chest.
I run it through my chest and I jump off.
Yep. You send out an echo to do that first.
I'm kidding.
You are lucky. You are lucky you're not playing with one of those DMs who are like, you fucking said it, you do it.
I know.
You said it, bitch.
No,
okay.
I take it and I cut kind of gently my wrist.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a d4. I'll give you that.
Do you want a d4 or do you want higher with that? Because
I mean, you're not doing like a full great sword swing. You're doing more of like a dagger's worth of damage. So I'm going to say d4.
Cool.
Unless you want to do more damage, you can choose to do that. 1. Okay. You kind of just whoosh, and a little bit of blood comes out and drips out. Nothing happens.
Lilith rolls her eyes, shrugs off her jacket and hands it to Ember, and then pulls out 2 of her daggers. I'm going to act it out. And then she spins them in her fingers, and then she's going to take them and cut them down her arms.
Oh.
So 2d4.
2d4 then, please. Feels like you're playing Counter-Strike with the cool daggers.
5.
A 5. All right. 5 points of damage. Blood comes down. Both your arms drips into. Nothing happens.
Ryujin turns to Lilith and says, "That was kind of hot." That's it.
I also haven't seen you without this jacket on. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much from both of you. All right.
I as well think you look nice.
You're married.
It doesn't mean I can't compliment someone.
Thank you.
The Baron says, I will follow suit. Out of respect to this, and he takes out his special dagger that he has and cuts his hand. Oh, does a full 4 points of damage. Basically cuts his pinky. He goes, oh, a bit of the pinky, bit of the pinky comes off. He's like, oh, fuck. Ah.
Of course he would.
He gets that like one little artery between the fingers right here. Like,
Oh,
shit.
It's like squirting out.
Yeah, just kind of like, there's like, oh, and holds it and just kind of like a little hose shoots out. It's like, I'm kind of like, yes. Okay, that's enough.
Oh.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna just slowly drift back and take my position again.
Okay. Ember,
Yes.
do you follow suit?
Are we sure we don't want to throw the penis in?
Ember, roll me perception check with hearing, please.
It's a 23.
23. With your keen ears, you do notice something. The kind of from the braziers have turned into a much softer sound. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Extends claws. Cuts hand.
A poem
Blood drips down.
by Ember.
Roll me some damage. What's this? D4 for your claws, right?
Yeah, it's 1 point of damage.
Oh, 1 point of damage. Kind of just basically nick yourself and let it drip out.
Yep.
You all wait there for a second. Nothing happens. Just the rain and the steam and the bloop, 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 bloop from the braziers.
I go over to the braziers. What is in them?
As you look at it, the flame is hanging just above, but below it is this black substance moving and bubbling.
That's venom.
Almost at a rolling boil.
Huh. And by brazier you mean like sitting on a plinth?
Yeah, it's there's a small like almost iron stand, and it's this bronze like very wide shallow bronze bowl.
How heavy would you say it is?
It's metal. You looking at it, you probably would be able to lift it. It's maybe 50, 60 pounds.
As Ember is inspecting all this, I'm just going to be one by one messaging the four of them. Messaging Ryujin, Leonidas, Lilith, and Ember, saying, just hold on and brace yourselves a moment. I'm going to try and make this quick.
I step in between Kallias and Leopold.
Yeah, I do as well.
And I put my hand on on their chest.
Leopold goes, what's going on?
This is the line, Kallias, that we talked about. We do not do this.
I agree.
I pick up the brazier, using help from Mage Hand, and I yeet it in.
Okay. Since you put the stuff on your hands, you're not going to take fire damage. You pick up the hot brazier, you push it over, and you see as this black liquid pours out, it hits a surface and pools. Almost like it's hitting a ledge right there on top of that opening. And it's just kind of shifting right there on the surface from that one brazier. in like this kind of like puddle formation.
Need more. You said there were 4?
It's 4.
I will go grab another one.
Okay.
I will as well.
Okay. Both of you, as you pick them up, your hand gets singed from the heat. Leonidas, you take 4 points of fire damage. And Ryujin, you take also 4 points of fire damage as you pick these up, and the heat kind of burns into you, but you quickly pour them out and drop the braziers.
I noticed that it affects them in a different way that it affected me, and I go and I'll do the last one.
Okay. You pick up the one. The aloe has the lube has protected you, and you pour it, and then that seemingly creates this disc that now all of this black liquid, then you see it harden and turn into a disc of obsidian, covering, except for a few inches on the other side of this circle, covering the hole.
I'm going to, while my coat is still on, I'm going to take the cloak, the hood that I have used, the hood and cloak, and just gradually unbunch it and pull it out from the coat, still maintaining eye contact with Lilith all the while. And once I have taken the whole thing off of me, I'm going to just let the cloak go into the wind. I see, Lilith, I understand. But I would like to be clear that in there, none of us decide where the line is. It is not ours to call in there. And I will side with the line that is chosen for us in there.
That is not what you asked me to do.
I know. I am simply telling you what I am bound to do.
And I am telling you this now, that no life is worth some of these fucking rocks. That is what I've decided right now, and that is what we're going to do.
Why are we doing this at all then? I don't understand. I am asking you. If no life is worth getting what we came here to get, to do what we have come here to do, then why did we do this? Why?
There are other options.
And if there aren't?
And I see your morality going down the drain right now. You asked me to protect you from this kind of thing, and that is what I'm doing. Check yourself, Kallias. Because you are going to lose what little humanity you have. Because this place has raised you to have not very much of it. Sacrificing people.
I'm sorry. Oh.
We were gonna kill you.
Oh.
No, that was never going to happen.
I mean, we weren't, but it was a question that we were asking each other.
That is what is done here. But that is not what you have to do. You get to choose, Kallias, even when we go in there.
And if it came to it, Lilith, not just here or anywhere, if it came down to it, between us being able to do what we have decided to do, and a life stood between you and all of that, what would you do?
The decision would not be this easy. It was too easy for you.
Maybe that is a blessing.
And that concerns me that you think that way.
Also, pragmatically, we do know that there are far more deposits of what we're looking for in other places. So if we hit a roadblock, we have other places to check.
I look at Ember and I say, enough.
No, Ember has a point. That's what
But
I was trying to make.
I'm saying,
fucking sorry.
I take Ember and I move him aside, and I say to him in private, I say, I would prefer if we did not say more around the person that we have just met. I'm not saying what you said is wrong. I'm saying,
Are you
get the fuck.
hunters of? Oh, sorry.
Ember, I would prefer if we didn't say more. The less people that know about this, the better. I did not mean to dissuade what you were saying. I agree, but just in front of ass person over there.
Right. I have no intention of revealing our intentions. But I will say, and I turn back to the group, there is always a choice. And before we make that choice, is the time, is the crux of life, that moment before. Let's live in that before we make these decisions. Fair enough?
Yes. I was just confused.
Do we get onto this giant floating disc, or like is it an elevate and a lift?
Is it big enough for? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Will.
No, I've not seen this before.
Woody, is it big enough for everyone to stand on? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's roughly a 12-person elevator.
Damn.
I'll go first.
Yeah. Ryujin, you step on, and there's a little bit of give, but it just kind of rebounds, and like you are supported completely by this obsidian disc. Leopold, seeing this, says,
Oh, it's rather cool, interesting. Cool.
Steps onto the disc.
Come on in, guys. The water's fine.
As I pass Lilith, I give her like elbow, like just like the tiniest of squeezes, and then continue.
Step on it.
I pass Kallias, and in Draconic I say, when the time comes, I will be with you. And I eat a fry, and I walk onto the disc.
Lilith and Kallias.
After you.
Cannot do that.
I'm sorry. What?
I will. Fair enough. And here now, openly free for the longest time yet. Stand onto the plate.
Okay. Lilith, do you step onto the plate?
After a moment and a deep breath, I shrug my jacket back on, adjust my knives in my sheaths, and then walk on.
All right. You are now all standing on this disc, and for a moment, it's there. You're just kind of on it. Then one of you has the thought going down, and the disc starts to slowly descend. And as you descend, the air around you gets hot, the moist from the steam. As you get deeper and deeper, and the rain, eventually the sound of the ever dripping that you've heard for the last 4 days now, goes away. And you just hear a and after seems like hundreds of feet You make your way and you reach to the bottom of this pit, where you see this large chamber, open, natural, and shining like glass, black glass all over the ground. And as this floating disc gets to about the ground height, stops, just about a couple feet, and you see scattered all among bones of individuals along this obsidian base.
So not burnt, but picked clean.
On the flanks, there are 4 things you notice within this. Number 1, or 5, I should say. The main one. This glass floor seems to have a illumination coming from under it. There, whatever is below it seems to be glowing and bright. And it definitely seems very hot down here. On the north, south, east, and west, there's something to be seen. The south side of this chamber, there is a large pillared entryway with a large brass door with depiction of that double-coiled snake, the 2 Aurora Borises together. On the east and west are 2 natural-looking caves that lead somewhere. The one to the east has a much brighter glow coming from it. And then the one to the north of you is just a natural cave, very similar to the one to the west, but seems to be a wider set of stuff, of a cave. And that is what you see as this disc hangs a few feet off the ground, floating.
I think I'm going to make my way to the marked door first.
Big brass door. Okay. You all step off. Kallias, you begin to make your way to the door. Connecting it, it's almost like a figure 8, a diagonal figure 8 style of the 2 Aurora Bori. Inset within each of them. It is about a 20-foot door. But inset within the center of each of them is these discs, these little inset discs spaces. Actually, they're both empty, and they both seem to act as some sort of a locking mechanism, because you see all these little intricate connections and arcane lines that connect this centerpiece.
It would seem we are missing 2 keys, if I am reading this correctly. I'm not sure where they are.
One would
or
assume
what they are.
those caves, perhaps.
One can only hope they are down here and not kept somewhere else.
Yes, that would be frustrating. All right, everyone be on your guard.
Kallias, roll me an insight check.
Oh, that's a 10.
That's a
10? That's a 10? You can't put your finger on it, but something feels off.
In what way? Like off as in hairs on the back of the neck are up, or just not right?
Bit of both. More so the second. There's something about this place that doesn't feel familiar. Doesn't feel right. Something is off. As to what, you're unsure.
I'm going to, I don't know where the rest of the group is at this point, but I'm still on the south side by the door. I'm going to look towards Lilith and message her. Forgive the intrusion and sudden turnaround, but in the spirit of disclosure and line towing, I don't know exactly how to say it, but something is wrong. I don't want to make any sudden motions. I don't want to alarm. But I thought I knew how this would feel. And I think I know how it should. This is not it. There is something amiss.
I'm going to casually take a lap and do a check for traps, and then while I do it, just quietly as I pass each of them, just say, Keith.
I follow Lilith.
Okay.
But not obviously.
Roll me
we're in a small
investigation, please, Lilith. Actually, it's quite large. This open area is, I would say, about 30 feet radius from the center to each end.
Kallias,
Yes?
are we in a volcano?
Describe?
It's a mountain with
A mountain that has lava in it. And from time to time erupts. Magma.
It's not lava.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this do this, right?
The mountains of fire that exist within this island collection, this archipelago, do exist, and there are a few of them. Specifically, Olakkos and Fedicilas has not erupted in your lifetime.
But so is that something that I'd be aware of, that it had done that?
It's never erupted.
Oh, okay.
Is a volcano.
And from what you understand, the history of Vimata,
Yeah.
there has never been an eruption of Fedicilas.
Got it.
However, there have been isolated eruptions on other islands.
But it's like...
You ask if this is one of the mountains of flame? Mountains of fire?
Yes.
Not since we have been here.
Like these past couple of days?
No, since we, my people, have been here.
Oh.
So is it dormant?
If that is what I mean, then yes.
If I look down, like how you said it was glowing, like is it completely opaque but kind of glowing, or like can I see a little bit through it?
You can't necessarily make out what's on the other side. It's you ever looked through like really thick colored glass?
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, I guess like a piece of obsidian, if it's thin enough, you can kind of see through it, like light can come through it.
Yeah.
It's like that. You can see like a churning light underneath.
Churning.
It's not a still light, it's definitely a moving light.
That seems like magma.
Magma. What's that from?
Sharks with
It's from Austin Powers.
Oh.
Those freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
They're in the globe!
God, I want to watch those movies again. Sorry.
My investigation check was 21.
21. All right, with that 21, you move around. This place seems completely natural. Other than the door, you don't see any arcane marks anywhere. No seemingly traps anywhere. It is a clean, in the sense of traps, room.
How big are the keyholes?
About like that big, about 2 inches in diameter.
Ember, those
Aye.
things you found in the office, do you think they'd fit?
I found one thing.
One?
Does the temporite sphincter look as though it
Looks
Weight.
just about the right size.
pop one of those in?
Yeah, you pop that sphincter, you kind of reach up. It's a little bit like full arm's reach. You-
Stop.
And you're out here being
That
like,
one-
how did this
that
happen?
one you
How
did.
did you?
That
how
one
did we
you
get
did,
this way?
Woody.
And you're like,
That one
pop that
you
swing.
did.
You're like, come on now.
You did that one.
I did. Okay.
Stupid ass bitch.
Stupid ass bitch. You kind of reach up and the little bit taller one, and it sinks in, and you see these a quick this iridescent light shoot out and connect to all of these different arcane symbols that are around it, and you see the upper sneck of the Aurora Boreae, the eyes light up.
Do things feel more right or less right?
Neither. Same,
Folks-
same, not right.
Folks, we're looking for a semicircular gem made of something similar to temporite.
I'm
It
gonna
looks kind of like that, and I point at it.
I'm gonna run around and look.
One of the caves is glowing, right?
Yeah, I
There are
was
3
gonna ask the
caves.
same thing.
There's the wider hole one.
Jigging yourself in that grave, buddy.
Well, here I am. I might as well lean into the skid right now.
Skid, yeah.
The gaping one?
Yeah, there's a much more gaped one. They're all gaping hypothetically, but
Some are
This
tired.
episode title is going to be called The Line.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so good.
Multiple lines.
So many were found
so
and
many
crossed
There is
today.
the
The finders
the
of the line.
larger tunnel in diameter. There is on to the north of you. To the west, as you're sitting, kind of looking directly to the south. To the west, there is the kind of smaller one. Looks like you guys would have to duck down just a little bit into to get in. Neither of those are glowing. There is one that is about medium-sized, and it is glowing. And it is almost more corridor-like. It's less circular, more like a smooth rectangle, called an oval.
Shall we all go as group, or do we want to split?
For time's sake, if we each ventured down a different way, we would cover the most ground.
All right, everyone, buddy up.
I'll go with Kallias.
I was.
Seems fair.
I'll go with Ryujin.
Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
I guess you're coming with me, good sir.
Leopold and Leonidas.
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
The team from hell. It's
I
fucking
do
lock,
think
stock,
that
and
we could have
barrel.
A fine
Fucking-
adventure together.
It's Scooby and Shaggy,
It is.
where everybody's splitting up.
I look at
Mystery Inc. friend of the show.
I look at Rippin, and I say,
Yes, call me Leopold.
I will not do that because my name is Leonidas and it's too close. Please do not speak.
Right. Church mouse. Got it.
Unless you have cool things to say, then that night might be fun.
I do have an occasional quip here and there, but looks like you're the one with the quips today. Because you dragged me through the mud quite a bit. Figuratively, not literally. You actually we actually fought that thing quite well together. I'll stop.
So
talking.
Leopold,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
you said quiet.
It's a self-driving car. It just runs itself.
Put it in self-drive.
All right.
Woody loves Leopold.
He really does.
I can tell. I can.
We almost threw him off a chasm.
This feels well. We is a strong word.
That's true. That's fair.
I feel like this is a player character idea that has evolved into this Wild Hunt member.
In a way.
Everyone, pick a direction.
Glowing
We'll
cape.
take the medium one.
The glowing medium one.
I don't think Leonidas and the Baron will fit in the small one.
I guess that would leave it to us.
I will take the biggest one.
We will take the gaping chasm.
Whoa, please.
I'm sure he will.
That one you did yourself, buddy. You're playing that character. That's
I
you.
can have fun too, guys. Come on.
Technically, Woody was having him leave.
I was literally
right.
gonna have him not be here.
That's fair. You were.
You guys are like, oh, let's get a meat shield, literally.
Yeah, well,
You know.
it's free real estate.
That's free real estate.
I was going to
I
dunk
like
him
this
into the
guy,
cabin.
except he talks a lot, but I like this guy.
All right. So let's start with the western hole. Kallias and Lilith. You all go your directions. You enter this one kind of almost like a playland slide. Kind of goes up, kind of swings around, but the rippling, you actually notice that this is more of like that rippling obsidian.
Are
that's
we
been
like
hardened.
huddled or
No,
are we
it's
fully,
like a large you go to a water park and there's that nice kind of
I'm
like
with you.
just big enough where you could probably walk through it, but like kind of crouch down. It's like, yeah.
Or when you're sliding, you can like fully sit up.
Yes,
And then-
totally. Even
yeah,
more
yeah.
so. You can like full arms up if you're sliding too.
Right. Okay.
So you guys can kind of make your way through this. You climb up around and you enter into this actual square room. Drops down about 3 feet, and it's a very almost perfectly cut square room. That same glow is coming from underneath that obsidian. Now with this being a more perfectly cut room, you see within the obsidian there's these really beautiful brass veins that kind of block out the light, and you can kind of see them move through the obsidian. It's really pretty. Now you have a better look at it. But 4 things you notice in this are 4 large rocks just sitting, placed kind of in the center, but adjacent to each corner. 4 large rocks and a hammer, like a sledgehammer, like a war hammer moment, just kind of leaning against the wall. That's the only thing in this room.
Kallias,
Mm.
in all your time worshipping and listening and whatnot, did they ever say what was down here? Or allude to it?
Well, they said the Great Serpent was down here. I thought I saw it once. But I'm learning a lot of things. A lot of things now. And in all of the teachings, big rocks and a hammer was not part of the doctrine. Stone does seem to feature large nowadays, though.
I'm getting worried we're going to release something or do something that's going to make everything worse. If you have a bad feeling and this is not what you expected, I worry that they have not told you enough, or they've been lying to you about what's down here.
In truth, I am getting very worried because the body I inhabit, we inhabit, the change and the magic it has brought to me feels one way. And I am getting to understand how that feels, and the well from within, from which that comes, wherever it stems from, truly, I am starting to wonder. Because if Servilius, if the Great Serpent bestowed this to me, and it is from that this feeling stems, then the Great Serpent, as I understand it, is not in this place. Because this is not how it feels. And whatever this is, whoever put rocks and hammers down here was not a snake.
Snake.
A snake. To be clear,
Oh shit.
the hammer looks very old.
And does any of it look used?
Not for a long time.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know why this is here. But one of the tablets that we used to go where we have been was on this island. And if Temporite was on this island, then it is making me worry that all of this is linked to something that my people don't even understand.
What did Kyle just figure out?
Kyle's
Kyle's
having a moment.
What's happening over there, buddy?
Are we table talking it or should we
Just
wait?
do it, King. Do it, King.
What if it's a secret lair
I mean,
of Time Man?
What was his name? Doug?
No,
fucking King Doug. Doug, King of Time.
Doug.
Like a workshop for the. Because I was also thinking the fucking Aurora Boreas was on
Was
like
in
the
there.
Olympic thing.
It was in.
Like
It was, oh, fuck me in the ass. The Aurora that symbol, the first time we saw it as linked to Mobio, was the first time we activated what we then learned was a security mechanism.
we saw it in the tomb underneath the.
We saw it was in Dinokratis' place. It was on the walls.
Who was the guy from?
So, and when we beat him, we activated the Death Lightning, which we learned was, and I quote, because it's in my notes, we learned the Death Lightning was one of the security measures.
Okay. So.
Yeah, the necromantic shards were the first iteration security measures that were defined as humanity-ending measures taken once a timeline is deemed worthless. So, if we're table talking this, right? There is temporite here, right? There is temporite here, which means it has to mean it has something to do with, at the very least, all the shit that we've been dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that something is down here. Something has been fucking ganking these sacrifices. The whole civilization is based on it. So, odds are, what are the odds that, as Lilith said, we are about to wake or activate another security measure from a different iteration that is, I mean, maybe, fuck me, or in now both places where there's been an aspect of one of these serpents, we found temporite. So odds are pretty good that these serpents, the Great Serpents, are security measures. And this one is definitely like a fire serpent too. So that's great.
You ever fucking killed God?
We're about to get fucking murked.
Man created God, man.
So, point being, we still got to get this tempo right, and we're too deep now.
Yep.
3 deep in the window.
We either turn around or we go forward.
Fucking ball sack.
If we're talking about lines, the only way to know where one is to get close to crossing it.
You two are alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Okay, never mind.
So I figure we are here, you and I. And whatever it is we are about to deal with, we might as well take the necessary steps. At worst, we fail and die in this place. And at best, if it is what we think, what we fear, we stop it from reaching anywhere else. Which, if that is the goal, to preserve lives, then it is us on whom that burden falls.
just going to clarify for you. It's not to preserve lives, but to preserve our humanity.
This is going to take time for me to unpack piece by piece. That word is not one I am familiar with, but maybe that had been made clear. So, I will keep figuring that out. Is ridding this place of what is potentially a bad feeling in line with that?
I think so. This is obviously connected, and so we need to do something. So we either turn around and don't do anything and go to the other places and never know what's behind this door, or we roll the dice.
You pretty swiftly killed one of the great forest beasts getting here, so no one else has ever done that before.
What the fuck do we do with these rocks? And this hammer?
I'm gonna try picking up the hammer with mage hand.
Hammer's a little heavy. It's more than 5 pounds.
Can I go and knock on the rocks?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Say less.
You hear from inside.
Who's there?
Get the fuck out of my house.
It's 10 pounds is the limit.
I would say it's a little more than 10 pounds still.
You think a hammer is more than 10 pounds?
I'm sorry, a fucking
Warhammer.
Well, I mean,
like,
okay.
if
like
it's
a maul. It's like
if
a
it's
maul.
more than 10 pounds, the hand's gonna like sword and the stone it. It's not gonna.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
Nothing happens with the mage hand. It is like it's like a maul. Like what's that one hammer in Skyrim? Ulgarund or whatever it is.
Wolfgar or whatever.
The big fucking hand.
The
It's like
orc
that.
one. The orc
Yeah,
one.
the orc one. Exactly.
Oh, the.
With the eye on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like glows green.
Burger.
It's not as like spiky, but like it's that size. It's like a maul.
It's a ing hammer. Yeah.
It's not like a dink dink. It's like a woof.
Okay.
If you were to wield it, it's a maul.
I got a 10 for perception.
Yeah, you hit you, and sounds rocky, but there's
Not hollow.
I would say with a 10, doesn't sound like a regular rock you're hitting. Something's off. I don't know how well Lilith knows rocks, but it doesn't seem like like if you've knocked on rocks before, it doesn't really. There's like a more of a vibration to it.
I've knocked on a few rocks in my time.
I turned to Kallias. This rock is weird.
That seems par for the course.
You mean a pet platypus bear, right? No, just a bear. This place is weird.
What? What are you?
Fuck! It's book 2. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, come on.
Scrub.
All right. They go to
Good.
the bear's birthday party.
I'm going to try and pick up the hammer and try to hit one of the rocks into the corner of the room.
Okay. Roll me an attack. I don't think you're proficient with mauls. So
Are you playing croquet?
Yeah,
I was just
about to say that.
These rocks are big. Like they're not
yeah,
like
but
this,
like
they're
you
like,
give a moose a muffin. You give
I'm sorry? The classic?
the classic. Yeah, well known.
roll me an attack, and it's gonna be disadvantage. I'm gonna give you.
You give a
Or
cultist a hammer.
I really
is
want
this
to-
like Jedi Fallen Order when you have the balls? You know,
Oh, stop me! That fucking like the wind bullshit.
the
was,
worst
like,
fucking
the
puzzles.
The worst
The
puzzle
worst
ever.
puzzles.
As I'm like running around that square with the wind going like, what am I doing?
Woody, I will say though, technically, he wouldn't have disadvantage. He just wouldn't be able to add his
Proficiency. Oh, okay, then you just don't have disadvantage.
Well, in that case,
he's not small because if it's a heavy item, if you're small, it's disadvantage. That's what I was thinking.
So I'm assuming this is a strength-based attack then. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be.
Well, in that case, that's a 19.
19.
Whoa.
All
Wow.
With a 19,
Rolled an 18.
you kind of allow, you kind of like use the momentum to like bring it around, like very much like the hammer throw at the Highland Games,
Yeah.
like whoo, and
Bonk.
roll me. I believe Maul is 2d6.
It is 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dan knows.
I do know. It's my weaponry.
Ooh, plus strength?
Yeah, strength.
8.
8. You just see a little crack appear in this rock.
I feel very strongly that we are the wrong two individuals to be in this room. But given the fact that I am not particularly physically adept, it's a sizable crack.
It was very impressive. Here, let me try now. Stretch it out.
Are you proficient in martial weapons?
Stretch out the crack. Yeah.
Are rogues proficient with all martial weapons?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think.
You've given me. Oh, it's a finesse weapon as well. I was like, you've given me weapons that are martial, but it's finesse as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking mole.
Not my type of rogue.
You
They're
don't.
not
You don't
proficient in martial.
finesse a big fucking hammer.
Well, you don't.
You don't. But
We were so close.
So I just don't add my proficiency bonus to it.
And you got it's a strength-based attack.
Okay. Well, that's a 14.
14. So, Kallias,
You know what's sad? I'm stronger than Kallias.
Yeah, you kind of do the same move, but just like you're able to really make the connection, and the crack was there as well, and this large egg-shaped rock cracks open, and a piece, like about a quarter of it, falls off, and it reveals this beautiful geode inside. This one specifically is this beautiful brown crystal.
What is this?
Is it remotely familiar to me?
Yeah, it looks like pretty crystals. You've
brown
seen smaller
shiny rock.
geodes before like this, but it's
Lilith, I am fairly certain, if my memory is correct, that this is a rock. They make, if you can get smaller ones, you can make little pendants out of them. We used to trade them.
Woody.
Do we break open the other ones to see if there's anything else? I feel like this is an exercise in futility.
I suppose. I mean, I don't know why this is here. This room seems very strange and out of place. Who brought? Why are these here? This is a room that has been made by someone. This isn't a natural cave or something. These were put here. The hammer was put here. Why is it?
Roll me investigation checks on this open geode.
As Ryujin and Ember are walking to their cave, Ember's just going, I don't know. I think that if there was some like throw pillows and a couple nice like carpets, it could be nice in here.
What'd you get?
16.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. As you guys are kind of like, you just kind of glance at it, but like really looking in now, you see kind of almost not organically because it's with crystal, but almost seemingly like there's a few curved lines that you see just right up at the top because like a little like lower part fell off. You kind of look up. There's this egg sitting in the inside of this rock. About this big.
Eggs, hammers, hammers. Me and Ryujin are in the wrong room.
Literally.
We're in the wrong room.
That was too much.
It's just small, same kind of brown crystalline, like scaling off of the egg, just kind of hanging in the center, kind of upper center of this rock.
Before you ask, Lilith, I've never seen that before.
Are we going to take it? Aye.
It's not serving anyone any good sitting in here.
I mean,
Yeah, right.
I don't want to leave it for anyone else.
I mean,
Whatever it is.
do you want to take one out and open it? I don't know. What
Sure.
else do you do with eggs?
Is it like an egg, like a bird's egg?
No, does not look like a bird's egg. Has scales on it, but the scales are made out of this like brown crystal. If you want a specific crystal, topaz.
Yeah, I think we should take this and not leave it for somebody. Whoever created this bad feeling room and this bad feeling place, let's not leave it for them.
No.
Keep the egg.
No.
You hear a voice on the wind. Keep the egg, keep the egg, keep the egg.
Somewhere in the rest of the cavern, I just picture Ryujin having like a spidey sense, like tingle up the neck.
The egg. There's eggs afoot.
Children.
What are those eggs?
We bought a zoo.
Can we maybe take a couple cracks at the other four?
Yeah, I'll
figure like we're just gonna
For the sake of time.
even if
take
we're
some
just
time,
like
and for everybody else, as you're like moving, you start to hear like a cling, cling off in the distance. And let's say it takes a bit of time. You guys get a green egg, purple egg, and a blue egg. And no, I'm sorry, no, green, red, blue, brown.
The Ninja Turtles. Oh, no yellow.
It would be orange.
this
They're all
is
scales.
incredibly suspect.
They're all the crystalline shelled eggs.
Daenerys Targaryen somewhere is absolutely having a moment to us.
Where are my dragons?
Where are my dragons?
These are those lost eggs that we that we always thought were underneath Winterfell.
It was
God.
It was these.
Change the fucking.
It's this.
Wake
George
the
R. R.
stone
Martin
dragon.
told me.
Where was I? Okay.
Hey,
Okay, let's rotate to the northern hole.
Who's that?
Rittenhask and Dan.
Okay.
And Leonidas.
So I'd like to, as we enter whatever the room is, I'd like to go behind Rittenhouse and let him lead, and I'd like to cast an echo. I'd like to turn around, hand the echo my fake knife, and have it follow me, and then have it come up to me, strangle me, and I'll shout at Rittenhouse. I'll go, "Oh, what is going on? What is happening? What is happening?"
Okay, it's strangling you and has your fake knife.
Yes.
Roll me a performance check.
That's
I
fair.
already knew.
That's fair. I try. Well, I rolled a 10, but that's an 8. So. Oh, I have inspiration! Thank you, Nemi.
You've used the inspiration for the least important thing.
For the lulls.
Oh, it was a 2. Okay.
A 2. All right. Let me see what.
So then it's a 10.
Rittenhouse-
Back to 10.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
That's 10.
Let me pull up Rittenhouse really quick.
Well, I was hoping
You're
I had a whole thing. I was hoping that he could take the fake knife and put it up again and like stab the under my chin. And
Okay,
then...
roll me with advantage. I'll allow it.
All right. Nice. Well, I rolled a 3, so we're gonna keep the 10. I was hoping, and then like a la stage combat, I'll grab his hand so it's like I'm controlling it, and then he'll disappear, and I'll have it here.
Okay. What is your charisma score?
My charisma score is a 7.
Wow.
Not a thrilling.
Got
Okay.
a 10 as well on the roll. It's wisdom. Rittenhouse' wisdom for insight is a 10. So goes, oh god, you pulling my leg?
I fall to my knees and I fall on my face.
Oh. Color me confused, because that was you that you've used before, stabbing you.
He's seen my echo.
Yeah.
And there's no.
I had forgotten that he'd seen my echoes.
Like twice.
And my friend Leonidas, I am quite gullible, I'll be the first to say. I didn't even know that your compatriot was plotting to throw me down the pit, until it was post that decision. Wow. Lot to unpack there. However, I can tell you are pulling my leg right now. You can't bullshit a bullshitter, if you will.
I stand up.
It was a wonderful performance.
No, it wasn't.
Have you thought of acting?
Uh-oh.
I've heard of there's some great schools in the city, if you're interested.
This is triggering for Leonidas.
It's a soft spot for Leonidas.
It really is.
I have friends in the Blue City. If you wish to ever study the acting arts.
No.
Oh. Sorry. Shall we just head into the room now?
All the things I expect.
I'm gonna turn around and head into the room. Okay, goodbye.
As you guys push into the room, Rittenhask is ahead of you. You guys come upon this mountain of stone, just seemingly piled up in the center of this room. Do you wish to check out? It's like just pieces of stone, various sizes, all piled up, higher, taller than you.
I go up to one and I punch it.
Okay, you walk up to one and it's kind of weird. It almost looks like a hand gripping something, and you go to like grab it and pull it out to like hit it. And it's a hand holding a sword. And it's all stone. And it's about the forearm up. And you look around and you see that's part of a face. That's a leg.
Oh,
and it
fuck.
seemingly is piles and piles and piles of stone bodies.
This is that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy episode 2 where they find all the dead children.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I turn to Rippin and I say,
Is this?
These are people.
Oh my good God! What sort of holy site is this?
They were turned to stone.
Interesting. And like you see Leopold's eyes kind of dart to the walls, very concerned. Perhaps we should I don't know, leave the room?
No.
Oh, no? Yes.
No. I'd like to see if there's anything else in here.
Roll me an investigation check. Are you just gonna dig through the pile?
Well, do I see, is there anything else in the room beyond the piles? Is it just piles?
It's just piles of stone.
Yeah, I'd like to dig
From what
through
you
the
can
pile.
see. Okay. Roll me an investigation check. As you are starting to dig, you hear the cling, cling. Pause. A few moments later, cling, 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 as you're digging through.
As I'm digging, I turn to Rippin and I go, someone is using weaponry without me.
Yes, as you guys, and Rippin's going to be helping you. Roll me a, what'd you get?
Is he help? So do I have advantage?
Yeah,
or is
advantage,
he
please. Yeah, advantage, please.
Fuck me, I'm rolling like a pile of trash. 14.
14 in it.
It's better than some of your usuals.
All right, 14. You dig through. You don't find much. One thing you do find. Intact. A silvered looking glass. The looking glass is a little cracked from where it is, but it is intact.
So unhappy.
You fucking minx. You saucy little minx.
So now you kind of pick it up and you see your face, like just kind of this wet, matted Leonin from the days in the rain.
My siblings had those growing up as kids to make sure that we were presentable for people.
I look at
a nice one.
So okay, so I've looked at I look at Ripon and I go, have you ever looked at yourself and thought, what are you doing? What is it that you want? Have you ever done that? Have you ever questioned every move that you're making in every way? And gone, is this enough for me? And I walk out of the room.
You leave Rittenhask in a very confused state.
Can you see
and under his breath, you hear him go,
"These people need therapy."
And walks behind you.
That is an absolute understatement.
And let's head to the other group. As you guys are walking through this, Ember, you been saying, just through a few throw pillows, it'd be kind of a nice little hangout. Good lighting. You think for a second, and like maybe you'll decorate your hangout spot in your lamp. Just maybe a thought. You just kind of lock that away and just think about that. Think about Amber. You kind of get a nice almost breeze of fresh air into your nose. I don't know if it's just from their mind or if it's actually there, but it's kind of nice. And you know what? Inspiration. D6 whenever you want to use it for today.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I'll allow for the day for this right here. That you are in that Ember is in the day you are in. Just for reasons.
That sounds like you'll need it.
That sounds like a
buckle up, buttercup kind of situation.
As you guys make your way through this medium-sized tunnel, the heat gets more intense and the air gets a little more heavy. You come around this bend and there is a cliff. And not super far drop, but you see at the bottom of this cliff, there is a river of lava. And to the other side, you see a little more of a walkway, but a pool of lava with stalagmites and stalactites coming down. Roll me a perception check with sound.
What does that mean?
Tabaxi have advantage on hearing for perception.
I thought he was just asking for fun every time.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You hear the ever so fluttering of wings off past the cliff into the pond chamber.
And there's no pathway from us to there.
Nope, it's about a 30-foot chasm, one side to the other. Stalagmites and stalactites hang down from up below and above. But the below ones, they're pretty far down because it's a 30-foot drop.
End of the line. Ryujin.
Repeat that.
And what do you want to do from here?
Should we go forward? We can figure out a way.
I guess so. Got to be careful though.
Yeah.
Know
how to get across this chasm though.
Does it look like there was once a bridge? Like if I look down, do I see a bunch of crumbled rock, or does it seem as though this is like always been a clean cut? And
looking at it, you don't see rock crumbled at the bottom. It's a flowing magma river. But yeah, I will say there does looks to be a sort of like jutted out part on either side that looked like there could have been a sort of Khazad-dûm, if you will, right there.
Yeah. Do I see any writing anywhere?
No, no riding.
Right.
You just hear the slight
30 feet?
flapping of wings and 30 feet across, and then it's like about another 50 feet, and then it's that pond room.
Well,
Can't really jump 30 feet. Can we?
no, but I could technically get us over there. I don't exactly have a way back, however. I don't think. What? Wait. Perhaps. Nope. It's up to you. You would have to go back and gather the rest. But we can also just jump across, and if it's nothing, it's nothing.
I do have 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
Somehow, maybe on the way back, can probably we can figure it out.
Perhaps if you were to tie one end over here sturdily, I will teleport over there. You toss me the rope, and then I'll tie it down, and then we'll have a bit of a way to shimmy back across.
Sounds like a good plan.
It always does. And then
The execution may not be up to standard, but
correct. Well, do you have any pittons?
The what?
things to
I thought you said kittens.
no.
I mean, asking Ryujin is
Ryujin might have some kittens, yeah.
You're right.
You never know.
I don't think I do, but I got arrows.
Don't know if arrows are going to be able to hold our weight.
You can do multiple.
Are there rocks around? Is
this tunnel is a little less smooth glass. It's more like stone, and it almost looks like it's if we're between was it Mafic and the you're not what's the my geology class is failing me. Sorry, Mr. Maybe. The other Obsidian is Mafic. The other one pyroclastic. It's more pyroclastic in this area.
What part of your brain did that come from?
Geology.
Does there seem to be like things we can tie a rope to?
Yeah, I would say so. There's you could find something. It's a little less like glass and a little bit more like
Stone.
Almost like a pumice.
Geology is the schist.
What?
That was funny, Hannah. That was good.
All right. Well, let's just fucking do it. You tie it down over here. I'm gonna yeet over there.
All right.
Yay. Okay. Are you yeeting over there? How are you do dimension dooring?
Nope. I use my gift of recall to cast Misty Step.
Oh, all right.
You have 30 feet.
So just a quick, in puff of air, you appear.
That's cool.
And you are on the other side.
Do I see anything?
You don't see anything. You hear a little bit more of the flapping.
Flapping like tiny wing, like bat, almost like a bat wing.
Yeah, I'd say a big bat. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. All right, toss the rope over.
Dude,
I catch it.
I don't need to do any kind of check for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say you guys are gonna secure it just fine.
Okay.
Okay.
You find a nice spot. And do you climb over? Ryujin as well? Follow behind?
Yes.
Okay. You hand over hand make your way to the other side. The hot lava heat coming up to you past the rope. But you're able to make it to the other side relatively safely. You're both on the other side of this chasm now. Delving deeper.
Yes, we go forward.
Okay. You walk towards the pond and the bubbling magma in there as you look at it. Your eyes from bottom to top, you see all of these stalagmites and stalactites coming down, meeting at certain areas, even almost being in a column. And right there in the center, you see one of the largest stalagmites and stalactites meet. And in the center, you see this jet black disc. And then you see the flapping. 10, 20, 30 plus little magma dripping creatures hanging on all of the stalagmites and stalactites, kind of, and some like pop out of the lava and see you. And then the flapping begins. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
All I'll fucking say, just for us to chew on, us as players, us as DMs, us as the audience, if the other little keystone looked suspiciously like temporite, what the fuck is this stone?
That's
Well, what was the eyeglass? You all seem to know what that was.
A looking glass is a mirror.
Well,
I know what a looking glass
is.
is.
The shit. It is the like weapon against typically the goblins.
Right.
And the big nut moment I had at the end of that thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leonidas and Rittenhouse went into the big like gaped tunnel.
The larger tunnel, yes.
The larger non-man-made, like sort of messier looking tunnel.
In my notes, it's the refuse chamber.
Yeah. So I'm saying something the size of that tunnel probably made that tunnel. Especially if that
and then
was a chamber of then that it can also stone people. Yeah.
Are we in the Chamber of Secrets?
Yep.
Probably.
It's a snake.
It does. It feels very much like a scary version of the key thing, where the flying keys
flying
come
keys.
at you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
And now we just have to play
all
chess.
those keys were dripping with lava.
We just have to play chess, and then one of us has to sacrifice ourselves.
It's not me, you.
Not me, not you.
Me to
Not
Rittenhouse.
me.
Please let.
Literally, me across the room to Rittenhouse.
Oh no! Baron Rittenhouse! He's gonna sacrifice himself!
Oh god.
Accuracy.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh hey everybody! Thank you so much for
Hey,
watching.
y'all,
Holy
thank you so
fuck.
much for hanging out with us. We're so
Full
grateful,
session
happy to be
today.
back.
Man, that's so funny.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be picking this up next week, even though I know we're all excited to. Since Will is out filming, we will be doing a episode of Honey Heist, DM'd or GM'd or BM'd by our lovely Dan Krackhardt.
Not BM'd.
So if you want to see the Bear Masters do their thing, come and join us next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's have a good time. It's actually, I think it's got all of our first times playing Honey Heist. So
Yeah. I'm gonna wear a bear onesie.
I need to get it. I'm gonna have my teddy bear with me.
I'll swing by Target and get like a Winnie the Pooh one.
All right, fuck yeah. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please remember, please join our Discord if you have not yet. And once again, tell your friends about it if you think they'll enjoy it. Word of mouth is really going to create and grow this community, and that's what we want here. We want to really create a community that everybody's welcome. We can all hang out, have a good time. And other than that, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love you so much. Please go and spread some love. Tell somebody you love them, and show somebody you love them. And we love you. Thank you for hanging out with us, and have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week.
Are we gonna raid someone?
See your friends.
Ow.
Yes, we are going to raid somebody.
We're gonna raid Hops and Dragons.
Hops and
Our
dragons.
good friends are Hop. Send them some good old Bard love.
Send them some love.
Tell them we love them, and we love you guys.
Hippity hop over.
We'll
Love
see you next
you.
time. Bye.